Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. Today we ended up getting two really big major pieces of content. One is the new Mythic that ended up coming into the game that is relatively useless but still fun to use, and the new hero class, which is one of the better ones, and it has an insanely good weapon. Problem though, the weapon doesn't currently exist. They forgot for the third time in a row. This has to be some kind of bug with Unity or something. But there's no way they forgot it 3 times. Is it still saving that filter from earlier? I think saves forever. I closed the game like 3 times already. How's it still? There we go. Okay, anyways. Wow, that's a really good save option. Good thing that's working correctly. But yeah, there's no skeleton key. If we type in key right now, we don't own it. It's not unowned, it's not in owned, it's not in all, it's not anywhere. The skeleton key. It's one of the best weapons in the entire game, at least for PvP. Actually, for PvP, it's probably the best weapon in the entire game, yet it's currently not available. And of course, it's brown, because for whatever reason, every insanely good weapon is brown. Mang, Mountain Crusher, Dragon's Eye, all of them. Everything except like Dawnbreaker. But yeah, they just have a weird habit of making brown the best weapons in the game, which is nice because there's so many hero classes that actually synergize with that. But anyways, first place we're going to be starting, of course going to be getting into the Mythic and everything, but first place I want to start is obviously we have the class event, so let's start poking that down. I want to start getting the Sleeve class upgraded. We obviously have it at level 30, but I've barely done any battles, so it's still like at level 30. I just want to get this event done and go from there, and then just level it manually with like Explore and stuff. So we'll start with that. Haven't even built up a team for it yet, but should be pretty standard goblin team. We might not even need our hero, but I guess we'll put one in. We could go the Fizzbang route. I kind of want to. We can either go the Nobbin Brother Explode Like Crazy route, or just go Fizzbang. We can either go one of each and just go the classic and then just use hero or something. I think that might be the way I go, and just put it consistently with Mountain Crusher, and then just do it with the standard goblin team. At that point, I could probably get rid of Nobbin Brothers too, and just go with Goblin Rocket for the better control. Because we'd still cover red in that way. So let's just get Mountain Crusher. And put that in there, boom. And then we put in a Goblin Rocket. This is a weird way to do a pure Goblin team. But there's definitely not a lack of combinations, that's for sure. Worst comes to worst, you could just spam Goblin Rocket. That would probably get most of the events done just by using 3 Goblin Rockets with like hero using Mountain Crusher. But we'll go with this. Do we actually want it in the front or behind? I guess we'll put it behind. You know what? We'll go for the higher control. We're going to get the yellow or the green explosions anyway off the other troop. And that will allow us to get more Goblin Rockets down. Though it gets a lot more... You know what? Maybe for the earlier battles, we go with Grapple Pot just because we get more mana that way. And I think we're going to just completely commit to Mountain Crusher and go double brown. Just so that we don't die. Oh, wait. We won't gain barrier. Haha! Wait, maybe that's not as good. We won't gain barrier. I'll still go for it though, because this hero class doesn't have that. Actually, as far as what this hero class has, let me go show it real quick. I don't think I've showed it yet in any of the videos, though you guys can obviously see just by going into it yourself as well. But it has 50% mana start. Well, actually, I should probably read its first trait. Normally this would be pretty irrelevant, but in this particular troop, or with the weapon that it came with, it's somewhat decent. It gains 2 gold every extra turn, and this might not seem like much, but the weapon that it comes with, once it actually gets added to the game, is very gold dependent. So this is going to be pretty good synergy with it. It has 50% mana start, which any hero class that has this is already at least above average. And the main thing that it has, which is kind of interesting, is 7 damage to the last enemy. This is weaker every extra turn. This is weaker than what Kraken and other troops' overall damage is. The one that does 10 and the Kraken that does 3 to each, which is technically 12. But this is the highest concentration of any extra turn spam that there is. 7 damage all onto one single troop. So even though it's a lot lower, it's all on one single troop. So that factor on it's pretty nice. And that means with like 14 extra turns, you could pretty much just kill something. Or earlier on in the game, even shorter amount of extra turns than that. So it's potentially pretty good. Not to mention you can synergize that with Krakens and stuff if you really wanted to. And go with some kind of team like that. As far as its trees, Wind Tree, I have no clue what's up with Wind Tree, but it is just so bad. The only thing that's ever really used on Wind is the 25% chance to summon a Heronif when an ally casts a spell, and the only thing this is ever used for is with Black Beast, and generally only on the Archer hero class. So that tree is basically just dead content. Cunning is an insanely good tree, so much so that you basically just go straight down Cunning. Especially since this hero class actually counts as Goblin. The weapon counts as Dagger if you were to go use that. The class type itself is a Goblin, and the only other thing you might go for there is Stealthy. And the only thing that you do switch out to for different trees, once you finally reach 100, you go for 7% chance to assassinate. Because the rogue bonus isn't really too good. The hero class is not a rogue, and there's not too many rogue goblins, unfortunately. But yeah, 30% dodge, constant annoying bandit spam, that gold every turn, which is actually relevant on this because of weapon, and then the hunter's mark every extra turn, which is actually probably one of the strongest level 1 things. I don't know why they put it so early, but that is insanely good to get immediately. You play one battle with it, boom, here, have a hunter's mark every extra turn you do, and basically double your skull damage. Oops, let's make sure not to accidentally use an Orb of Ascension. But yeah, the weapon currently doesn't exist, so there's no point in even doing anything for that yet, unfortunately. Yeah, it is possible to still have Zugoff legitimately. There's not too many people that do, but it is technically possible still. You just have to make leaderboard a lot. I won't have it for a very long time. I'm still probably another year away from getting a Zugoff. One of those things that you basically never obtain, just because it's so ridiculously hard. It takes thousands upon thousands of gems. I think the actual cost of it came out to about 30,000 gems, probably even more than that. It is an extremely expensive troop, and isn't even that good for anything. I think people might start going for it more once Karkaroth finally requires it to get an additional star. But even then, that's a lot to put out just to get one single extra star onto a kingdom. Also, whenever I say extra turn, I mean board extra turn. There's almost nothing that actually triggers on actual extra turns. I wish they would add more stuff like that. Things that do trigger on a normal extra turn instead of just the board ones. But when I was saying extra turns earlier, I mainly mean the ones on the board. Or I only mean the ones on the board. Like that one. Let's see. I guess we'll go for a blue there. There's so much green, we might as well pretty much clear the whole board until we remove some of it. Also good. She has 100% explosion rate. Hopefully she keeps it like that for the rest of today. She's really... one of the reasons why you don't tend to use goblin teams as invading is mainly because she's way too inconsistent to use as a consistent troop in any PvP team or anything like that. Because 50% chance each time. We happen to be landing it right now, but it's very easy for her to do something like that and just put a random useless buff onto something. Which is also why we have Mountain Crusher right now. Yeah, I know. I don't know why they haven't fixed it yet. Well, probably because they're not in the office. Or no, then again, I don't know. Did it work on Friday? I don't even remember. But I don't know. Hopefully they fix it today. That'll be annoying if it doesn't get fixed until Monday. I don't know what's causing it to constantly happen, though. Oh, good. A magic buff on that. That's nice. This is the third hero class in a row that was added, and the weapon wasn't immediately available. Also, hello everyone. I didn't even say hellos yet. Hello, Assassin. Hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Ofer. Hello, Thor's Bald Eagle. Hello, Elite. Hello, Emos. Hello, Larry. Hello, Danny. Hello, Raphael. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Starlight. Hello, Last King. Hello, Jesse. Hello, Demetrius. Hello, Zeddicus. Hello, Millie. Hello, Cody. Hello, Drake. And hello, Chalky, Slurp. And I believe that's everyone. And hello, everyone else. See, did I miss any questions? Oh, Thor's, glad you could join us on stream. Welcome. Good morning. When will the new weapon be available? Who knows? Could be available in a few hours, could be available in a few days. Whenever they get around to it is when it will be available. But yeah, it's unfortunate that's not available now. I was gonna record a whole video on it this morning too, which is why I actually stayed up for that, and the Mythic, of course, which I did record then, but unfortunately wasn't available. But yeah, it's impossible to get the weapon at the moment. It just doesn't exist. They forgot to add it. Oh, the dragon, I mean, not the dragon mythic, the goblin mythic, yeah. The Goblin Mythic is coming in as the first Mythic in January. I believe it's the 7th, whatever the first Friday of January is. But yeah, we're getting a Goblin Mythic. It's going to have a Devour rate equal to its attack value. And unlike the Great Maul, it can be cast multiple times. So there is some potential for it because, well, you attack buff it and boom, you just get 100% Devour. And then you just kill everything with Devours. It's going to be pretty good in Delves, though I don't think you'll use it in any other location. Well, I shouldn't say that. Delves and maybe Tower of Doom and stuff. But, I don't think you would use it anywhere other than that. Mainly because for PvP, it's going to be way too slow. There's nothing that will consistently attack buff it enough. And even if you did, that is a ridiculously high mana cost to just kill one at a time. They would have to have ridiculously high stats for that to actually be worth using. Yeah, it's a pretty nice Mythic. It's going to be usable. It's just not going to be replacing too much. But it'll be another good delve option, if nothing else. A lot of the Mythics that they've been adding recently are supposed to be kind of better towards delves. Most of the recent ones. Like Weaver, Megavore, the one that was just added today, even though they technically nerf transform, it's still technically the best location is delves to use it. Okay, how does she not get full mana out of that? What do we take? I'm actually gonna just double drop that just so we get the yellow, which will basically feed her to max, or close to it. Anyways, grapple kill it. I feel like this team needs to be revamped into something else, but we'll go with this for now. The only problem with buying tier 5 immediately and not getting the weapon is now we kind of just wasted getting tier 5 for no reason. Because now a bunch of other people also got tier 5. And now it's just going to be a bunch of people just doing tier 5 and no one's going to make a leaderboard off of it. Because so many people went for it. Okay, we'll go for an explosion right there. Get that down. You stopped playing Delves after Dragon's Eye got nerfed. But there's plenty of other options. The problem is a lot of like the really, really good options are Mythic. Actually, we'll take that down. Just go straight into that. Hey, we actually killed it off to 7 damage. I think that's the first kill we actually got specifically off of that. It's a nice ability. It synergizes with quite a bit as well. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. I meant to drop that into a free skull. Well, at least the skull distracts him now. Not like heroes dying anytime soon. Alright, remove that. Take that down. Grab a blue to red. He drains the wrong thing because, never mind, it has stealthy, so he can't drain the right thing. Take a brown, get an explosion, let it poke us, it's fine. And we'll just grapple into something else. Yeah, I think grapple's going to be too inconsistent to keep going. I might just go for triple Goblin Rocket and run Mank. Just run Mank, triple Goblin Rocket, and that's our entire team. I think that's the strategy we're going to go with in a moment. Probably after we finish through this cycle, because our AoE damage isn't going to be enough to kill them quickly. It's the only reason I initially wanted to use her. Oh, that is... Oh, whoa, whoa. That was almost bad. That is not the move I wanted. Luckily, that wasn't actually a move. We'll go move that down. Get that little bit of area. And just clear out the entire board. And down it goes. Okay, so let's go and switch to Goblin Rocket spam. I mentioned this earlier, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't actually kidding when I said just run Goblin Rockets. It's gonna work. Also, let's go ascend this guy. What's he doing? Not ascended. Got him ready to go. Might as well get it upgraded. One less thing to upgrade later. Okay, so let's go and switch to Mang. Actually, do we even need Mang yet? I guess we can still keep using Mountain Crusher. That or a better AoE weapon. So that we hit everything. And I'm just going to go into all-in Goblin Rock. Is there anything that minuses green or blue that gives pure? Yes, that's exactly what I need. There we go. And we'll just run with this and just keep spamming Goblin Rocket. We have +4 red and +2 yellow off all the mana we take. So that's a decent amount of mana, to say the least. Let's take the red there. Go for like a Goblin Rocket or something. And pretty much be good to go. Let's go take that down. Boom. Grab ourselves a... I guess we could Cascade that. Why not? Move it right over there. Get that rolling. Take a purple from the top. Get a good black manacle at it. Please get Devour. Would make this easier. Get all the mana. You know what? We'll Skull him first, just so he doesn't hit us really hard. Is that enough to kill? It's exact enough damage. And we get a Devour. Too bad we can't get that every single time, because that makes things a lot easier. And I'm just using this until we reach about 40, then we'll switch to Mang and play it the Mang way. Or all we do is just spam Mang every single time. Once into one-shotting everything with skulls. Okay, gotta be a little careful about him, but it should be fine. We'll try this immediately, just because we don't have any red or yellow to take. If we did, we'd go for it. Move that over. As long as he doesn't get his mana, it's also nice. We could try for a Sky Skull. We'll try it. Nope, no skulls in the area we need it in. I'll take a skull here just so that Valraven dies. One less thing to deal with. Grab the last of the mana we need for Goblin Rocket, if we can actually find it. Apparently not. Wow, we're actually devoured every time with it. I don't mind that. Keep that going. And then we hit this twice. Doesn't matter where we do it because it will kill regardless. Really? Never mind. Luckily we get 7 damage every extra turn, so it still dies. What to use in place of Grapple Pot? Literally just goblins. Just all goblins. Nothing but goblin. It's gonna work. It will work with almost any weapon, but you generally run that with Mang if you're struggling to do enough damage. But yeah, triple Goblin Rocket's insanely strong. Double Goblin Rocket, triple Goblin Rocket. It's not the quickest of things, but it's definitely very, very consistently good. Oh, why'd I take a skull for no damage? Oh well. We'll do that. Hopefully destroy the mana we need. Nope, didn't get it. It is 3 destroys, right? I believe it destroys 3 random gems. It's not where I check. If it would tell me. Come on. Come on. Yeah, destroy 3 random... Oh, 3 random purples. Never mind. I thought it was 3 random gems just period. Okay, that's not exactly what I thought it would do. It's still okay, though. Grab ourselves a red. Spamming those down. This will do it into a... Actually, let's just go for another one. So we have even more control. Go for that into an extra turn. And another extra turn. And dead off of those 2. And if we need to, we can just keep taking skulls. It was funny when Goblin Rocket used to have 9 mana. He did used to have a 9 mana cost. It was fun times. He used to have those traits and still have 9 mana cost as well. For a very short duration of time when traits first came out. There was a lot of really overpowered things that first came out when traits were first introduced. And Goblin Rocket was definitely one of them. They had to change his mana cost and, what's his name? Boar Rider's mana cost both to 11 instead of 9. Oh, do we even bother with Skull? So let's take that over. Take that one into purple, so we have black mana goal. And that leaves it to a dead. If we can go get the mana we need. Or Skull, that works too. Yeah, I know, that weapon's going to be insane once it finally gets added. It's better than the Mythic that was just added. It's also going to be one of the best PvP weapons ever added to the game. And they didn't nerf it at all. What it is currently is what I thought it would be ridiculously OP at. And it will. It will. Only for PvP. But for PvP specifically, it's basically a new meta the second they add it. So it's going to be fun to mess around with. It does require 1 to 2 Cedrics, though. That's the only real big issue with it. If you don't have Cedrics, it's kind of useless. Well, not useless, but it's not, like, overpowered or anything. It's really underwhelming without it. because the best you could do is like 2 merchants or 3 merchants, which isn't going to get it too far. But 1 Cedric or 2 Cedrics with a Greed or a that new Brown Converter is going to be very strong with it. Haha, they did the ultimate nerf. It doesn't exist. I know, it was so strong that they made it not exist. They've actually never removed any piece of content from the game, which is kind of interesting. Well, I guess most games these days don't. But, yeah, they've never removed a troop for being, like, too underwhelming or overpowered or anything like that. They've replaced troop art before and completely overhauled what a troop does, but they've never just specifically targeted a troop and then completely removed it. Pretty sure they would never do that. But apparently they did with this weapon. No, just kidding. We'll go through a hit down, doesn't matter where it goes, and then it's Black Mana. Actually, I could just Black Mana gold in the first place. He was already dead. Yes, the last 3 hero classes that were added, all 3 of their weapons did not get added immediately. Why that is, I do not know, but hopefully they fix that soon so that all future ones actually do. I think this is the first time I paid to rush the weapon, but it didn't actually give it though. Because the other times I wasn't really concerned about getting the weapon, but this time it was a bit different, obviously. Okay, this Valraven needs to stop being there. I guess we'll forward control until we get a skull. Problem is, none of this moves correctly. And it still doesn't move correctly. I guess we'll just skull distract him. We have enough durability after that Devour that won't matter if we give him a billion skulls. As long as we get one ourselves. Okay, we just kill him manually then. And now he dies off of... we get a good extra turn twice. But let's move that over. Get anything we need to cast, and that'll kill it. It'll hit us a little bit. That's fine. We'll overkill it with skulls, and then it goes. There's some decent humans. The biggest issue with humans is there's no single kingdom that has a surplus of really good humans. The only 2 that have quite a few is Adana and mainly Darkstone, I believe, has the most. But they don't really have synergy with each other. And then there's just humans speckled around everywhere, but most of them aren't really that good synergy with each other. There's a lot of humans that are good at synergizing with other types, which is the biggest issue. Like Medea with Mystics and Daemons. A lot of ones in Adanas are good with mechs. But very few humans are actually good with other humans. And I guess human knight synergies as well. But that's more so for their knight synergy than the fact that they're human. Oh, too bad we don't have that explosion anymore, though. We actually can't get rid of barrier on first slot. It's amazing how much I actually depend on that when you don't have it anymore. Okay, we'll go for the extra turn there. Why not? We killed it with the 7 damage, and doesn't matter what we do with these, we'll just die out. Here, have a skull, why not? Extreme overkill. Are we still unlocking the weapon if we buy the tier 5 pack, even if it's not ready yet? I want to say yes. Though I do not know for sure. I would assume so, though. Regardless, you'd probably have 250 wins by then. Knowing them, they're probably not fixing it for like a whole nother day. So you'll probably have 250 wins by then regardless. But, yeah, you should still have the weapon. If you don't have 250 wins by then, but you bought the pack, you should still have the weapon once they add it. But there's no knowing until it actually happens. It's not really that big a deal, like, getting it early. I just wanted to for the video earlier, was the main reason. But it wasn't available. I should have double-checked that beforehand. Because the last few weapons have all been like that. Should have expected it wouldn't have changed. I kind of assumed it would have because they did a patch. But apparently not. I'm gonna move that over. We'll do that right there. Because there's more chances that we get an extra turn out of it. Though still no extra turn, so we'll... what do we take here? Let's take blue for now. I know we don't need it, but I don't want to take that red because he gets all the blue. And then he just gets to drain us, which would defeat the point of even getting mana in the first place. And you're just going to drain it right back down completely. We'll take the skull, why not? As long as he doesn't get yellow out of it. Take the brown ourselves. Black manacle him. And that'll be matched. So ever so barely keep that alive. Get a devourer that we kind of needed. That at least makes it so we don't die now. 2 hits. And then with Goblin Rocket kill it. Oh, whoops. I thought that would be a skull. But easy enough. Just throw another one of those and dead. At least they're consistent, right? Yeah, they're consistently doing it incorrectly. Okay, what do we need here? We got Valraven. There's no yellows to steal. Though also he's blocked on so much yellow that doesn't even matter if we block it. I might as well just go for other stuff. Because if he takes yellow, that makes almost no point or no difference whatsoever. It just goes into 2 other troops, one of which is diseased. Wait, is that a guaranteed disease or is it random status? It might actually be guaranteed disease. Oh, it is. It's plagued. Yeah. Guaranteed disease to first slot. I keep forgetting. Black Manacle is actually not horrible. At one point, it was one of the better weapons in the game. It still is pretty high up there. It's just really inconsistent with 20% Devour. But, I don't know. The perks aren't horrible on it. They could be better. Almost the perks on any weapon could be better. But, it still gets the job done, I guess. There's weapons that are worse. Let's leave it at that. So we'll take that over. Grab a green. I can't even get colors right. 4 years of this game, and I still can't get colors right. When there's only 6 colors. I always occasionally say the wrong one. But I think it's just because I'm looking at one and trying to figure out my move while I'm talking about a different one. Okay, then we just Goblin Rocket him twice. Should be able to get the mana. Oh, not after he moves our alignment. We won't. I guess we'll take this because we get more Cascade out of it. Not any good Cascade, but we did get more Cascade. And it devoured, but it didn't devour the right one. You know what? Black Manacle actually used to 100% of the time devour the correct one. Like, if it automatically killed one of the other ones, it would know to devour one of the others. But it doesn't do that anymore for whatever reason. I don't know when that changed, but it, like, randomly changed. I don't know if they did that deliberately to, like, nerf Black Manacle. Because, like I mentioned, it was pretty overpowered at one point. But, I don't know, that kind of happened out of nowhere. And I don't think they ever mentioned it in changelogs. But, yeah, Black Manacle used to always prioritize the one that didn't die instead of the one that does. But now it can hit the one that actually dies. I think it's mainly because they switched the order, where it used to devour first then do damage. Now it does damage first then devours. What do we need here? None of it cascades correctly, so we'll just take that little area. Get a little bit of purple, get a little bit of brown, get rid of Black Manacle. Don't get a devour apparently. So the chance of us actually getting one's lower than the chance of us getting one. I mean, the chance of us getting one is lower than not getting one. Ow, that hurt. Let's try for skulls over here. I guess we have to take it. I was hoping for a free skull, but I guess we'll take that as well. That dies out. One less thing to deal with. Move that over because we have a skull chance. Oh, but it also gives him a skull. There we might finally lose hero. It's fine if it does. We can win with just Goblin Rockets. It's kind of the whole point of using Goblin Rockets. Is that it can win on its own. Or just Goblin Rocket spam like right now. And then we just go crazy with accumulating mana. And we'll just Black Manacle it. It lives, but it will die to anything. Including a Goblin Rocket, if it will ever let me cast. There we go. Thoughts on Beer Totem? Beer Totem is okay. It was better in the past. Though these days it's a good green counter if nothing else. There's not too many good brown-blue weapons, so it has that going for it. Other than Bronze Lock Pistol, I believe it's actually the best brown-blue weapon in the game, if just for general use. I guess Beastly Bow is pretty high up there too, but you'd have to specifically use beasts for it to be viable. But, yeah, there's not too many good brown-blue weapons, so it is one of those weapons that kind of fills that gap a little bit. Why, is it available for $5 right now? I think it might be. What's this week's event week? It's always available for Grim Woods, though. What's this week? It's, Kazale. I don't think it's available this week. But, it's an okay weapon. Nothing special. There's not many instances where you'd bother bringing it out. Except maybe, like, occasionally in Arena. And who plays Arena these days? No. Actually, early game Arena is still insanely good. This late in the game, it's very useless though. Also, Battle Crashers don't even show up in Arena. But I think that's mainly because they wanted to make Explore and PvP harder, because that's where people normally are. Because it nerfs Goblin Rocket teams even more. And it gives a base higher troop for Explore. Because like right now they put a Legendary in there. So there's a higher chance that a Legendary just randomly appears. Did I do teams for the new Mythic? No, I haven't really gone over much for the new Mythic yet. We will be switching over to that. I just wanted to try getting the Hero class event done some. But yeah, we can switch over to new Mythic in a little bit. And see what kind of teams we can mess around with. I haven't actually built a single team with it yet. I guess we'll start with Pure Daemon, though I don't think it's ever actually going to be used with Pure Daemon. We can try building like a Gorgulfa version of a Pure Daemon, and then go from there. With like Amnesia and everything. Problem is, we would need one really good damage source. I guess we'd want to go Skull Spam, though, if we're going to go down that route. And go down, like, the Glaceon route and everything. With, like, a bunch of tanks. And in that case, we might not even need a Gorgulfa. What do we move? I guess let's do that one. We don't need excessively good moves. It's not like it's, Guild Wars or something. For a Black Manacle, get no stats because if it devours, we're tangled. Well, we only would not get attacked if that was the case. You know what? That's actually something they should probably do. Add some kind of stats effect in the game that prevents you from gaining HP, and another one that prevents you from gaining armor. I don't know which ones they would specifically do, though. I guess disease for armor, and poison for heal. But that might be too overpowered if they prevent you from gaining durability stats. That would kind of be cool, because there's no real way of countering them other than drain spamming. And some of them even have immune to drain, like Lady and Ariel and stuff. Like HP buffers that can't be drained unless you stun them, then drain them. What is it that makes triple Goblin Rocket so good? Board control. A lot of board control. Also, it has 3 fire links into that board control, which allows it to get its mana really quick. It's the only troop in the entire game that has an explosion into an automatic extra turn, which allows you to do a lot of really weird things with the board that no other troop can do, which is why he's so decent. Okay, we'll take that skull. He'll drain us a little bit. Fine. As long as he doesn't get Corvashed up. Oh, there's Corvashed. There he is. Okay, let's try getting some skulls then, I guess. We'll try for the free skull. Didn't get it. Try for free skull again. Didn't get it twice. 3 times the charm. Eventually. Okay. Well, no point in taking any mana. He's just gonna drain us now. Try for a skull. Didn't get it for like the 4th time. I'm gonna go try getting Goblin Rocket back up. Kind of don't have any traits at the moment, though. Yeah, that's down. That's fine. Got, like, no mana for that because he stunned them all. And there we go. We can get our mana going again. Now we have double Goblin Rockets, so we can easily keep that going. I don't think I'm going to try for a 3rd. Don't really need that much. Let's Cascade mana. Again, didn't get it. We'll move this one down then, just so we automatically get that. And it was killed Black Manacle. Hey, we actually got Devour too. Of course, we get the Devours at the least consequential moments that we would ever need them. So how's his level doing? He's currently level 33. We get another perk at 40. There should be a stats effect that halves or quarters stat gain. I wish Disease did more. Disease is one of those effects that are just so ridiculously underwhelming because it's basically just a weaker version of Silence in most situations. There's some instances where that's not the case, but more often than not, it's basically just a weaker version of Silence. So it'd be cool if it had some kind of additional effect on it. It's one of those effects that are almost never used ever because of how weak it is. They said that they might eventually add pets in the future that make various stats effects better. I really wish they would consider that, because they scale very well into late game. And if they did make those kind of improvements, it would be pretty cool. Like, have like mythic pets that give like absurdly good effects or something. What do we need? Move that over. There's a possibility they might be adding doomed pets into the future, though. It's a new rarity above Mythic that was actually added this patch. Currently, nothing exists of that, but we will be getting 6 doomed weapons. But there is a possibility they might start making doomed troops as well. And doomed troops would likely be troops that you only ever obtain 1 copy of, likely from things like delves and stuff like that, from getting a certain amount of faction renown, and then you have it. Yeah, stuff like that would end up working out, interestingly. I don't know if that's actually what they're doing, but it seems like that might be the path that they're going, based on things that they hinted at in the past.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Let's see, what do we move? Yeah, there might do that with pets as well. I know for sure they're doing it with weapons. There's a good possibility they'll do it with troops, so I don't see why they wouldn't do it with pets too. Pets are already limited to begin with, so. What did we do with that? Like, the ones from factions you only ever get from an X amount of something. Like the ones from Faction Renown. Okay, what do we even need to move here? None of it looks good. Yeah, just none of it looks good. Let's move that down. Grab the green. Grab that skull there. Get a black manacle going. I think that we should finally go switch into Mang. We are reaching that point where Mang is needed, just so that we can do enough damage and go from there. It will block our red like crazy when we're first starting out, but I think it's fine. We need the damage. Just this isn't cutting it anymore. Black manacle AoE into a bunch of goblin rockets. It's not horrible, it's just we need more damage. Your stats are getting high enough that we do need something else. Now, Raven, you better not escape. What do you think you're doing? There we go. We have triple goblin rocket. There's no way you're surviving that. We'll go get the perfect skull for you. We could actually land a skull. There we go. Third time. And down he goes. And he dies off an extra turn or that. Hello, Dola. Hello, Thunderman. Welcome. Disease should have a 25% chance that disease troops inflicts adjacent troops with disease status effect. That would be kind of cool to kind of keep it going over and over again. Though there's already a lot of things that disease the entire enemy simultaneously. Like Plague, Plague Doctor, and... well, actually mainly just those two. But there are... oh, and I guess any hero class that has that Plague thing. Okay, let's go switch this to Mang now, because we do kind of need it. His hero class isn't as good with skulls. If we got it to 70, we'd have 30% dodge, but... oh well, we'll still give it to him. Get him in there, boom. We'll use even less color now, but it's still fine. Start with half mana, that's the main thing we need there. Hello, Gustavo, welcome. Alright, right off the bat, get this thing full. Throw a skull, because we don't have a choice. Throw a Mang on you. And now we auto-win. But we do need to prioritize skulls a lot more now than we were before. But that should be pretty easy. We have goblin rockets. We have all the board control we ever need. Kind of. Let's see, move that over. Grab that down. Grab that over. Doing small amounts of damage. Can we throw another Mang? I think the answer is yes. Yeah, we'll go for that. Get that down. And now we just need 2 skulls. One we could probably align just by doing that. The other we'll take right there. The almighty Mang. All the really good brown weapons. Also, if I'm not mistaken, we're getting 5 additional damage too. This hero class should be giving extra magic to Brown. Yeah, we are. We have 27. Normally it'd only be 22. What do we move here? We'll move that over. I feel like manging the bird, but it's probably make more sense if we mang the guy with Entangle. Oh, speaking of that, it's going to be a little bit annoying the fact he has Entangle. But he's dead right here. We just move that right over and he's just down from that. We'll take a red, why not? Get that in there. Throw a yellow. Rat, why did I do that? That actually wasn't useful for anything. We'll have enough damage by doing this again. We'll throw it on him because he's somewhat durable. There's only a slight problem with this though. He's just going to get a summon in front of there that's going to block us for a little bit. Oh, and he froze us. Oh, that's another slight issue. One of them unfroze, but the other one's still frozen. We'll do this first. Hey, we got skull out of it. Problem now though, we're frozen and don't have much of a follow-up here. Didn't get the green. Or not as we needed it anyways. Ooh, that's another issue. Well, you just froze every goblin rocket we have. Valraven's still alive. Not looking too good. I guess we actually start poking the Valraven with stuff like that. Maybe we'll kill it with just spell damage. Not how I want to have to go about it, but we will if we need. I'll try for that to get a skull in red. Either or. A little blocked on red, but worst comes to worst, we can just go poke the Valraven. He needs to not die, would be great. Yeah, summoners are really bad with skull-oriented teams. Get in the way so much. Well, we just go for the free skull there, and that should be dead. And worst comes to worst, we can just mank him right now, and I believe that is what we're gonna do. It's the safest thing we could do. I'm not going for it yet. There we go. Mainly because it would block the rockets if we did. It'd be better to keep them up so we can go do stuff like this. And then just take it into another skull before it summons again. I wish that summoner was a little bit further up. There's no really easy way to kill it back there. Even if we had max hero class, that's only a 7% chance per kill. And there's no way we're killing it with 7 damage at a time with a team like this. We get a decent amount of extra turns, but not that many extra turns. It's not like we have infinite loop spam or something. You're trying Gorgolfa, Glaceon, Yagway, and Possessed King working, but you don't think, or you don't know if the Possessed King has anything to do with it? No. Possessed King is adding very little. Pretty much any team with Possessed King. The biggest issue with Possessed King is there's just no real purpose for it. There's no location where it will be optimal. In Delves, they nerf Transform. In PvP, it's too slow. The only location, I guess, maybe, is Guild Wars ever so occasionally, just because you have nothing else to use and you want to use it for the explosions. And the other is, where it might actually be viable, is Tower of Doom. It might actually be decent in Tower of Doom. You can't transform the Dooms, but the Dooms are only ever one thing within the battle. But I don't know. It seems like something that just is mix-matched and not really going to be used anywhere. They nerfed the Transform at a really weird time, like right before it came into. I guess that's better than doing it after the fact and then everyone complaining that they nerfed him. But, I don't know. He just seems a bit underwhelming. Okay, let's get a skull already. I'll kill it, dead. How far are we on the events right now? We're at tier 6. I guess after we finish out tier 6, we'll go and switch over to PvP, which is right now. So let's go clear out this battle and then go switch to the Mythic. We haven't really gotten to mess around with the Mythic yet, so let's go do that. Oh, that's a really long staircase. Oh, it took a double right there. I wanted that to keep doing singles. We'll take that down. Get a Mang. I'm going to throw this on first slot just because he has stone skin, and that's going to be the only way we can actually kill him immediately. He has armored. He has a lot of summons too. Luckily, he's more towards the front compared to the giant, so we should be able to kill it in a moment. He'd stop taking mana. Or if we'd stop taking mana, that's useless, so I didn't really have much of a choice in that situation. I'd give him the red. Oh good, he didn't go for it. Perfect. We'll take the red. We'll go get rid of his armor because she just buffed it. Give us even more attack. Wish he would give us a skull. I'll take a red for now. There we go. Move that over. Hopefully find another random skull somewheres. And that'll be that. That's not what I meant. I meant us, not you. Let's see him with the yellow. Oh, bye. Right before we were about to do the final blow. Okay, let's keep taking mana until we get a few more. Try getting a skull here. Actually, I might as well just cascade mana at this point. And that should do it. Or not, but there we go. We lose so much damage once that goes down. Let's go claim our little bit of EXP. And somehow did not gain a level from that, but we're almost there. 35, here we come. Actually, we're aiming for 40. Actually, really, I'm aiming for like 70 or max. 70, we get 30% dodge. Max is that assassin thing. It'd probably be fine at 70, though. I don't know if we're doing that this weekend, but definitely getting up more than what it is now. Let me just clear out this battle real quick. It's an annoying goblin team. I don't know, will I just use this? I guess. I kind of want to really use the new weapon. I still don't think they added it yet. Let me go double check the forum. Does anyone know if they fixed the weapon yet? I'm pretty sure that's not going to be done this stream, but I kind of hope they would. Let me see. Let's refresh this page. See what the word is. What is the word on the weapon? I'll restart the game if it seems like it's been added. I don't see any official posts by the devs. Oh! Class weapon! Someone got it. Oh, no, never mind. It was just someone who got 250 wins, got the class weapon, and then it didn't give the class weapon. That's funny. He spent all that time trying to get 250 wins, and then it's like, here's your weapon. And then it's like, nope, no weapon for you. Rip. That's funny. Yeah, the weapon still doesn't exist. Anyways, let's go and clear this out normally. Oh no, actually, should we just go use Possessed King? Let's just use Possessed King. So, let's go all the way to the bottom. Don't need this Jack-o'-lantern anymore. Or ever. We just got it for the sake of having it. And Cinder Mirage had, like, no things either. How is it still keeping this filter? Clear filter, save filter, apply. There we go. Okay. Let me go and... what do we need? We need... Glaceon. We need, obviously, Possessed King. That is not how you find a Possessed King. Let's just type in King. There's too many kings as well. The P. There we go. The P brings him up. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. What do we still need? Yellow, red, and that's it, right? No. Yes. Yellow and red. Goblin Rocket, go. No. Moloch, go. No. You know what? I'm gonna go, oh, that's not a Daemon, though. But, Bloodhammer and a mana generator. Let's see. What do we use for mana generation? I almost just want to use Gorgolfa at this point. What is a... Oh, you know what? No. You know what we use? We use, Grimlet. Or that's not it. What's his name? Fail. I can't remember anything's name today. Gimlet, not Grimlet. There we go. Gimlet. And he'll give us all the browns we need for the Glaceon and Bloodhammer. You go in front of him, right? Which way? I guess for this week we put it the other way around. I think normally it'd be the other way around with Gimlet a little bit further back. Oh, no, actually I guess that'd be fine on a normal week. Anyways, double brown because double brown. Wherever double brown may be. It doesn't use hero though. Let's go give this a shot and see what happens. Glaceon, Gimlet, Possessed King, and Bloodhammer. So basically Doom Skull spam into Daemon transform thingy. And we're mainly using his AoE damage to get rid of barrier, and that's about it. Though of course he doesn't have any barrier, but you know, on a team that does have barrier, that's his purpose. So he creates a bunch of red. Somehow we still have no way to use Glaceon. Oh, actually, yeah, we do. We can just go to that. Get a bunch of Doom Skulls in there. Have no alignment that's worth going for, so we'll stick a skull. Get a convert with this or something. Get that converted again. Let's see. I guess it's gonna chain enough that it'd be fine. Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. We could just use him for his explosions, if nothing else. Every extra turn we do does 2 explodes, and that also helps clear out Doom Skulls a little bit better. Because we get an additional 2 each time. That doesn't seem horrible. It's like having a... Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that, but that is basically what that is. This is like having Wrath, except you don't need to use him in first slot. That is exactly what he is, because doesn't Wrath do 2 explodes every skull it takes? So this is 2 explodes every extra turn you do. So it's the exact same thing, it just automatically triggers even if you're not in first slot. That's pretty cool. So I guess he's good for that, and that's about it. He's good with Doom Skulls as an alternative Wrath when you don't want to use Wrath in first slot. See, I told you Wrath was useless. Problem is we're entangled, and we have no way to get rid of that because he's not a Mercy, nor is he Apothecary. Normally Apothecary would be there in a team like this. So we have nothing we can do until it goes over. That entangle on us. Well, I guess technically we can still do stuff. You know, we haven't even casted them yet. It's like, let's use Possessed King, and then never used them. Well, we're using him for his explosion. That's the core of what we're using him for. So he's gonna double blue. That's actually not horrible, but I need him not taking skulls. There we go. Okay. So please tell me we have alignment here. Yes, we do. And it should be auto win from there. That gives us Possessed King, though we don't actually need it at the moment. What we need is this to align. And apparently that's not a thing, so move that over. Then take that. Basically just clear out the entire board. One of these should be able to go again. Somewhere, somehow. Kind of. Move that for now. Grab a bunch of explosions. And do we have brown, green to brown? I don't believe so. Let's take a skull. Go grab twice. Hit him down and dead. Apparently we got mail. Oh, but because I still haven't finished up PvP, gosh. Hello, Biker Melon. Welcome. I mean, Biker Lemon. Yeah, this team doesn't seem too bad. If we'd stop getting entangled. I like his explosion aspects. That's about the only thing really going for him, though. Let's try getting an actual cast from him this time. I feel like we haven't done it a single time, because, well, we haven't done it a single time! That's why I feel like that way. I guess in this particular team, there isn't really any point where we have the time to, just because it automatically ends your turn. And any ability that ever does that is questionable. Any ability that 100% chance has a end your turn. Unless it's really good, it tends to not be worth using. Alright, let's go use his ability real quick. First thought will probably die to Death Mark, but oh well. So that did just an AoE and nothing else. We didn't get a single transform. It's 320%. I don't know if that can multi-hit the same troop though or not. I haven't tested that yet. I assume it could, though it wouldn't really make much of a difference. It would just re-roll whatever the thing it transformed into. Yeah, let's try possessing this guy. See if we can get him into a stronger daemon. There we go. We got him into a stronger daemon. Oh, it does come in with no traits. Someone mentioned that earlier. Or maybe it doesn't. You know what? It's hard to tell. Because normally the way that transforms work, or at least transforms worked in the past, is the traits that it comes in are based on what the person has. But we don't know if he actually had a Hellcat. It would have to transform it as something that was already on his team to know for sure. But there's the possibility that it just does it on, it just comes in with no traits now. Skyla is better than Bloodhammer? It would give us Skull Spam. Why would we need Skull Spam instead of Doom Skull Spam, though? Because the whole premise of what we're doing is there's a bunch of Doom Skulls on the board, and then Possessed King keeps exploding those Doom Skulls constantly. That's basically the premise of this team. We're not using him for Transform, though we can because we have some daemons. But we're mainly using him for the 2 explosions that then hit a bunch of Doom Skulls. Or at least in this particular team. So in almost every team you would ever use with him, that's basically the premise you would go with. Maybe not specifically with Doom Skulls, but specifically using him for his 2 explodes. Because out of everything he has, that's the best value. And probably the only reason you'd ever actually use him. Because if we go into Raph, I keep mentioning him, but it's basically the same thing, except it only triggers on skulls. And the problem with this is, oh, we actually got it max, nice. But the problem with this, explode 2 gems, random gems, when I deal skull damage. Problem specifically is when I deal skull damage, because he has to be in first slot for this to trigger, or at least the first most troop in your team. Whereas Possessed King, he does the exact same thing, except he does it per extra turn. So it's a lot easier to do this, since it doesn't matter what slot it's in. But yeah, it's pretty nice, that aspect of him. His ability, I feel like, is excessively underwhelming, but at least his mana accumulation is pretty cool. It's definitely like an alternative Queen Aurora and stuff like that. Basically, like is basically the offensive version of Queen Aurora, basically. Maybe not exactly, but yeah, that or an alternative Raph that could be used in any location. Depends how you look at it. But it's a combination of those two things. Yeah, we still have a lot more PvP to go do. I'll be farming, I don't think I'll be doing that today. But we do need to just go farm and sit in casual PvP for a little while and just grind it out with the new hero class, using the new weapon. I was ideally going to do that with the new weapon, but yeah, no weapon yet. Hopefully that'll be added tomorrow, so we can do it tomorrow's stream. Yeah, Skullstorm isn't nerfed, Doomstorm is. But we get to clear a lot more board if we explode Doom Skulls than if we explode normal Skulls. Does that have alignment? I want to say yes. No. Really, the only thing that has alignment doesn't have mana currently. Oh well, I'm going for it. Okay, and now we definitely have alignment, and that's just instant kill. We just cleared literally the entire board. Nice. Should we try for a transform here? Why not? Actually, no, we won't. We'll go for that instead. Kill that out. Glaceon tanks everything. Good job, Glaceon. Except that. Do we try transforming? I feel like we're about to die here. Move that over. I can take a really big Doom Skull over there. Or we could wait and just take a skull after. Hey, we actually got to transform exactly where we needed it. Good job. Oh, maybe it does always just bring it in at base rarity with no traits. It brings in at level 10 base rarity, no traits. Because he has a lot of his stuff maxed. He shouldn't have that at no traits like that. Most likely. So yeah, maybe that's just how transform works now in PvP. Well, that's actually better then. It's actually better in PvP than what it used to be. It's still not worth using, but at least it's better than what it was in the past. Oh yeah, my time doesn't go back till, I don't know, I don't think it goes back in the 9 states until November 4th, I believe it was. Let me double check. Because people have been mentioning that, like the time's already been changed. I don't believe it has. Let me see. United States... What's it even called? Hour back? Words, good job. Daylight saving time, yeah, that's the word. Let me just do that. Daylight saving time 2018. November 4th is when it occurs for my area, which is my birthday, which is this Sunday. I wouldn't even notice when it happens because almost all my clocks do it automatically. I need to be careful with that. I have a flight on Friday. That'd be a fail if I was an hour off on it. So then again, I'd be an hour early, not an hour late. So actually, I guess that wouldn't be too big a deal. You already have to be an hour early anyways. I'm normally like 2 to 3 hours early for my flights normally. I think it's going to be like a 6 a.m. flight. I'm probably going to be there by like 3 or 4 a.m. Let's see. I'll go for that. Try getting some transforms. No transform. No, really? We have 320%. You have 133 and you get it. It's not how percents work. We'll go smooth that. Oops, the explosion made it so we didn't get double skull fail. We'll go for that. We're not frozen on it, so it's fine. We'll go for a convert. I'll get rid of his barrier. And then the other one will just die in like a skull or two. If we had Enrage, it would already been dead. But we'll go for that again. And should have some kind of alignment to kill it. And we smooth that down. How old will I be? 24. How old I'll be? So confusing trying to keep up with the rest of the world. With what? Oh yeah, because all the different things everywhere, yeah. It can be annoying sometimes.
Mana surge.
I think the most annoying thing probably has to be the metric system. Because the United States uses a completely different system. And then trying to like figure out the other system is just weird. Or it's not weird in that it's weird. It's that United States system is so weird that looking at the other systems it looks weird. In comparison. Let's see. The only measurement I would have to say that makes the most amount of sense in the United States is the size of a foot. Because a foot is literally the size of a foot. Or at least my feet anyways. Because my foot is 12 inches. So it works perfectly that a foot is a foot. But that's like the only measurement system in the United States that makes sense to me. Or that actually makes sense to be like the way that it is. What's the perfect chance of there being a spooky imp on the enemy team right now? 80 or 85? Is it that high? It doesn't seem that high to me. Seems more like 25% or something. It's pretty high though. It's definitely like 1 in 5 or higher. I wouldn't say it's that high though. It's like 50% at highest. We've been going several battles in a row without getting him though. Multiple times. Yep, we got a double convert. That's actually the most converts we got. It is technically possible to triple convert. And I believe it prioritizes it so it would be 3 separate if there are 3 alive. Though once you've already converted one, there's no point. Okay, yeah. It definitely 100% brings it to base rarity. It brings it to base rarity, no traits, level 10 is what Transform does in PvP now. Okay, that's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. As long as it doesn't create a legend or a mythic, we're fine. But problem is there's so many good, or there's so many legends and mythic daemons out there that it can transform into. Also, I'm not sure if it can actually transform something into himself. I don't believe that's possible. It's not possible to summon yourself, but I don't know if it's possible for him to actually transform. I assume they put the same thing onto him to make sure that it can't. But knowing them, they probably forgot. We'll find out if we ever see a possessed king on the enemy team that we summoned. Oh yeah, it's definitely doing that every single time, apparently. Interesting. I guess that is a little bit better in PvP than I thought. And maybe Guild Wars and stuff too. We'll go convert that out. Mainly doing that to get alignment. Still no alignment, but we'll go and just hit him with a bunch of damage. What overkill. I'll go for that again, and it should be dead. There we go. Yeah, it seems like 1 in 5 for Spooky Imp. Hey, that's funny. He's using 4 imps. Autumn Imp, when it first came out, was actually really good. These days, it's pretty bad, though. It's kind of funny to imagine that when Autumn Imp came out exactly like that, he was basically the meta. Yet, nowadays, he's like one of the worst troops in the entire game. Yeah, he hasn't been touched since then. He's literally the exact same troop with no difference at all. Yeah, we'll go with that. Get a transform or something, move that down. And the main reason why he was actually so good is he had one of the highest static, actually I believe he had the highest static amount of gem destroys at 10. Behemoth was eventually made to match him because no one was using Behemoth anymore when he first came out because it was just better to use him. Okay, we got a double transform, both the epics. Actually, I haven't seen it transform to a mythic yet. I'm pretty sure it can. It just hasn't yet. That would definitely be annoying when it does, though. There's like 8, 10 Daemon mythics, I want to say. I don't even know how many. There's a lot of them. Actually, other than Divines, I think it's the second most highest mythic type is Daemons. Divines, I believe, have the most. Daemons the second most. I have no clue what would have the third. How do I like the new weapon? The new weapon's amazing. Too bad it doesn't exist. I really like the new weapon. It's gonna be so much fun to use. Problem is, we need it. I was planning on using that for like a good majority of this stream and tomorrow's stream. But apparently we can't. Hopefully it'll be fixed by tomorrow, though. Because there's no way I'm using Possessed King for the entire stream. I'd sooner just sit and explore the entire time, just farming. But ideally, I want to sit in PvP and farm with the new weapon. It would make PvP a lot more fun. We'll go get that down. Move that over. Get our transform in there. Get our other kill. Though this is actually pretty fun with all the explosions we have. It's nice seeing the board constantly keep clearing itself out over and over again. Also, Doom Skulls are so strong that it doesn't even matter if you're entangled. Because the +5 hits through Entangle. Because it adds it to your value after the fact. So Entangle doesn't actually mitigate it at all. You switched to Thief because I said the key was out today. Well, I didn't lie. It's just... I don't know, they just didn't add it. It technically is out today. I just had no way of knowing that it wouldn't be available today, even though it's technically released. They didn't even know that. Yeah, hopefully this is the last event that they ever have that mistake. Otherwise, it's going to be really annoying. Like, they just need to make an announcement post or something saying, hey, this is a glitch that we can't fix at the moment. This is a public service announcement, so you guys know. Because they haven't even made a post or anything like that. And it's happened 3 times now. No, they haven't added any of the last 3 weapons properly. Actually, I believe every single hero class that they've added through the new system hasn't had the weapon come in properly. I think maybe the very first one of Rune Priest, and that's it. But did he even have his weapon come in properly? I don't think so. I can't remember now. Too far back. Well, not too far back. It's like 4 months ago or whatever it was, but I don't know. I don't remember. We'll go take a skull. Grab anything that will kill it. Problem is, none of it will kill it. Anything that will kill it. All nothing. Hopefully they add a Battle Crasher that's actually useful in the future. Even if it's just a +5 glory Battle Crasher, that'd be so useful. Actually, you know what? If they added that, let's say 1/3 of our battles are Battle Crashers. We could gain 300 glory per hour doing Explore if they were to do that. That actually wouldn't be too bad. Oh, by the way, there was one change they made last night that I forgot to mention this stream, and I felt like there wasn't a point in doing a whole video on it. But they ended up fixing a glitch where difficulty worked in things like delves to increase your rewards. And basically what they did is they instead gave a plus 200 gold bonus for basically every battle that you ever do. So things like delves, things like the class events, things like that. All those things now give 200 extra gold per battle that it didn't give previously today. That's pretty cool. A little bit extra gold there. Not much, but adds up over time. I believe pet battles have it too. Basically everywhere where you would just do like a static battle for anything, just to give a small amount of gold. Oh, they also made it so things like class events, like the one that's currently occurring, stuff like that, I believe give 2 trophies per battle now, is what they mentioned. I didn't actually bother looking to see if it's been giving it, but just to make sure that people don't fall behind. Oh, actually, you know what? I think it might have just been for guild-related stuff. So Guild Wars, raids, invasions. Well, Guild Wars was already giving it, but things like raids, invasions, and delves. I mean, raids, evasions, and Tower of Doom, I mean. Also, speaking of that, let's go finish out the class event. Still have 10 more battles to go do. Well, actually, we have way more than 10 more battles, but we have 10 more battles until we get all rewards. Let's see, how's the leaderboard doing? The leaderboard says we only need 40, though that's not going to last long. Give it another hour or two, it's going to say we need like 50. Okay, let's start getting King Mikhail. Oh, was it reported before the reset and they didn't even mention anything? Wait, did they actually say something to it, or did they just completely ignore it? I'll throw the explosion down. Grab a skull? Yeah, why not? Take that down. Ow. Hey, Bandit! Good job, Bandit. There we go, frontline tank. It's kind of weird that Hero can't actually get that off itself. But, yeah, the 50% chance that a bandit summons when an ally dies includes your hero dying. So, yeah, there we go. Nice summon. Little free frontline tank for no reason. Get to steal some gold, too. We can only steal what he actually has, though. There we go. We'll go for the explosion there. Grab a little bit of yellow. Grab another explosion somewheres. We can go steal more gold, but he has basically none, so no real point in doing that. I probably should have gotten full mana before I did that, but oh well. We'll go and nothing else. I can poke him for 26. Even if we don't really steal any gold, it's still damage. First slot dying would actually be decent because we get better skulls after. Even though we have less skull damage, we get burn, which overall is more damage. Isn't immediately more damage, but it's overall more after a few turns. Okay, that skull I will go for. Yeah, we'll go for that one. Try for the extra turn on the side. He'll die out. It's perfectly fine. Grab a red right there. He'll die out from that. And we'll just get 3 more explosions. 1. I should probably try getting a skull here. 2, 3, and then skull him. There we go. That was a weird battle. But it came through. You want your Dragon Eye refunded. The only way that you can possibly do that is contact support and see if they'll do it. I don't know if they would, but if you explain that they nerfed it and everything and say, hey, I want this refunded, they probably would. Like the trait stones that you put into it. Or, you know, the, not trait stones, you know what I mean, the ingots. If you send a support ticket, they might do it. I don't know for sure if they would or not, though. I haven't tried doing that for a while. I know they used to in the past. And by contact support, I mean like actually physically contact support. On gemsofwar.com underneath the submit a request section, or support and then submit a request. Doing it on the forum won't work for that specifically. And Bugs, I mean. And I keep forgetting, we get Hunter's Mark, so we actually get all the free damage we really need on them. Move that over. I wish I could cascade that. Let's move that for now. We can if we get a Goblin Rocket. There we go. An easy win. Oops, I almost completely misclicked that. Wouldn't have been too big a deal, but would have been more annoying. Hey, level 35. Slowly but surely, we shall get that thing upgraded. Oh yeah, the Dragon's Eye nerf was obviously coming. That could have been seen from a mile away. It was just way too good for Delves. I just wish they would add some other better options other than Dragon's Eye. Like, even now that Dragon's Eye nerfed, it's still meta. That's a problem. Oh wait, why'd I do it on him? He already got damaged. Now it's even less value. I guess because he had like that stone skin, or not stone skin, but you know, he had the he has the higher durability. But that didn't actually really fix much of our problem, and he's also hitting us too hard right now. We might actually lose right here. Luckily that didn't, his Hindla didn't really go for a right target. But I think we're about to lose. Just need to start accumulating mana, then the second we get unfrozen, just start going crazy. There we go, okay. So first things first, let's grab the last bit of mana we need for him. Get a good Mang down. I'm gonna have to take that skull, but it is enough damage, so that's nice. I'm gonna hit Valraven here because that needs to die. And now we need skulls. And I said now we need skulls. Let's see, we'll go to grab that. Nice free turn. Still no skull. Well, we got a skull, but not where I need it. Also not where I need it. No! Hey, bandit at least. Still not what we needed. Also, he is only 1 mana off. That is scary. And he's 2 hits away as well, which we can't immediately do. But what we can do is do this and then hope one of our Goblin Rockets go for him. We take a skull because we need damage. Go for that because we're going to need the skull. There we go. Finally a hit. And then let's tap him. At least if nothing else, this team's pretty safe. Like, we haven't lost a single Goblin Rocket yet, though I probably shouldn't jinx it. Because we're about to lose a Goblin Rocket. Also, if we didn't have that bandit there, it'd be taking a lot of damage too. That Hindla is just really annoying. Counters everything that this team... Oh yeah, we're gonna lose. It just counters everything that this team is. I'll go for that, get a little bit of mana. Can't go for the extra turn, but we still get plenty of mana from that. We'll go for a poke here. I'm actually going to throw it on Hindla because she's way more of a priority to actually secure the kill on. And we just double cast this to the one that's not frozen first. And then just skull it. And we have a billion other damage options. Too late, jinxed it. Pretty much. I don't know why I keep checking that every battle. It's not moving anywhere. Okay, we'll take the purple, grab the red, Mang down his, wow, he has high armor. Why is this so much higher than all the others? So we'll go for that. We can get a skull, so I will go for it. Get that down. I don't have a cascade that will work over there. Oh, it'd be so much value if we did. But we'll take this. Oh, but it gives him red. That's still worth it. What's he really going to use red for? We have no blues. He can't do extra damage. It's not going to be enough to kill anything. Oops, we're blocked on red. Should have taken yellow, but there was no yellow, so I guess that's fine. Goblin Rocket, go do something good. Let's go and we could take a guarantee skull, or we could go and try this corner. I guess this corner worked. No free skull over here. You can take brown. He still gets a skull out of that. We could throw a Mang just so we have enough damage to kill the other ones, but they're probably going to get hit with the Goblin Rocket in order to be brought into range. I guess we don't need to do that. Let's try killing this with first slot. That actually hit exactly what I needed, and gave us a skull exactly where we needed, and cascaded a skull to kill it immediately. I'll take it. That was decently lucky. Another Valraven. Seems like Val Ravens are a little bit better this day. Normally, I feel like the rate of Val Ravens are normally nerfed for the class event that only lasts for, or that lasts for the entire weekend. But it seems to be a normal rate this time around. Also, someone did bring something to my attention that I didn't even realize the other day either. But the other weekend-long events, they give better rewards. Yeah, for whatever reason, the weekend-long event for new hero classes don't actually give better rewards for whatever reason. It's kind of weird. Now, we're going to actually hit Valraven here just because I'm concerned that it's not going to die. So then again, don't we have to win the entire battle to actually get the Valraven? So, still need to go prioritize that as well. So take that skull there. Somehow it does not die. That is really bad. Oh, no. You know what we can go do? We can go kill it with a Doom Skull. There we go. Because these hunters marked, it does do twice the amount of damage. So even though it didn't directly hit him with the explosion, it still hits him. Or, you know, the goblin random damage. Didn't specifically hit him. Whoa. What am I doing? I could have already killed him. I was so lucky that he didn't go for that skull. That would have been very bad if he didn't. We got 2 goblin rockets. Plenty of stuff to use. We'll stick skull for now. Got 3 goblin rockets. And no hero. So I'll go take that. 1 skull. 2 skull. Nope. Okay. What do we move? We don't have a drop for that. We'll stick red manually. Get all the reds. Get all the manas. And we'll just keep trying for a skull right there, I guess. Oh, got it the first try. Not for free, but still decent. And it's almost matched. 1 more will do it. It's actually 2 more because he's gonna gain, or she's gonna gain more armor there. Yeah, that's not enough damage. I would need a whole nother cast to get it up. Or skull, either or. Problem is, neither are available. Let's take that yellow over, and he's dead. Claim our rewards, and the final stretch, or at least until we're done with the base amount of battles. And then we'll still have like another 10 to use to go up to like 50 or so. But with that many, we'd actually be able to reach, of course that's not going to stand, but we would reach around like 30th place, if not a little higher, with how many battles we currently have left, assuming we don't lose any, which could happen. Oh no, what else would we really change out? You know what we could change out? I know what we could do. Why am I not using buffed Goblin King? I actually haven't been using Goblin King at all since he's been added this or not added, but they buffed Goblin King to not be useless. That's pretty cool. So the only problem with that, though, is now we need to go change our banner. What is a minus blue or a minus purple banner that gives us all the colors we need? Mainly being yellow and red. Does that even exist? Why do I feel like that doesn't? Yeah, minus blue and minus purple. Wait, those are the only 2 colors we're missing, right? Yeah, those are only 2 colors, blue and purple. There's purple. That's a lot of color that we need. Worst comes to worst, we'll go with that. There's the inverse of it. Yeah, I guess that'll be fine. Okay, let's go with that. And use Goblin King. Worst comes to worst, we can keep spamming Goblin King until we never lose. So we'll use him as our backup plan, just in case our current setup isn't enough. It also makes sure we always have a summoner, because we'd have our hero at 50% with bandits for every death we have, and we'd have Goblin King constantly spamming. But yeah, the buff they did to Goblin King is he now gains an extra turn automatically. He was like pretty much the only goblin in the entire game. Actually, I think the only goblin in the entire game who doesn't have extra turn, but then they finally gave it to him. He's a pretty underwhelming Mythic prior, I mean Legends prior, but now he's actually not too bad. He's still not used on pure Goblin team because the AI is never going to use him correctly. Knowing the AI, it'll just use it on green and get rid of the color you need for Fizzbang. But under player control, it's not horrible. So we can go do this on... It does remove, though, not actually destroy. So we'll just want to remove a color we don't really use that might be able to cascade something like that. Ideally into an extra turn whenever we can. So we're going to go for some explosions here. Ah, he got a skull. Oh well. Goblin King, go do your thing. Get a summons. Actually, we need to go get a lot more mana if we're gonna get summons off him. What do we take? I guess we'll try for Cascade off the top. Nope, nothing good. We'll smooth that over. Get our manas. He'll try for Devour. He doesn't even have immune to Devour. He has nothing good. All of his traits are horrible. He's still ridiculously awful. The only good thing about him is now he actually turns into a Goblin Summon. He already had Goblin Summon, but now it's extra turn. There we go. Okay. How about you remove... Well, it's either a toss-up between purple and blue, mainly. Both of them seem to give him a skull, so let's do purple. Goblin Shaman is kind of in the way. Oh, yeah, duh. It's automatically extra turns. I keep forgetting now. It seems so weird that that happens. I was going to say, wait, that definitely didn't hit an extra turn. But yeah, he auto extra... Oh, you know what? Oh, why am I using him like that, then? There's actually a lot of things we could use him for board control, if that's the case. Because if it's automatic extra turn, then, well, we get a follow-up. Always have a follow-up. Interesting. Alright, we'll go and move that, move that. I don't even think we need Goblin Shaman. It's just going to be a waste. Just going to give us extra durability that we don't need. Might as well just try getting into a skull, dead, and then just Goblin Rocket kill it. Yeah, we should be able to get away with running this for the rest of the battles. I don't see why we can't. Ideally, Titan would live a little bit longer. JZG, is that your video where you did the perfect score thing? Or is this a different video? Probably need to mute it. Actually, I think I already have Chrome auto muted at the moment. Let's see. Or is this a different video on something? Possessed King Skull Spam. Oh, used it with Rat? Oh, interesting. I didn't think about actually combining the two of them. Even though they both have, like, something similar. Interesting. Why Withering Touch? I guess, or the Withering Skull thing. I guess for the Entangle and Skulls. Is one of the few weapons that do that. But you already use all the colors. You probably... I don't know. Is there a red board control hero weapon? I don't think there is. Okay, maybe that's why you use it. But, interesting. Wrath plus Possessed King with Skyla to create a bunch of skulls. And then you just keep exploding off of extra turn skulls. See, what actually happens when you do it? Let me see. Does it just go like crazy with skulls over and over again? Oh no, but the Wrath died. That's the biggest issue with Wrath. That's always the issue with Wrath. He dies way, way too quickly. But I guess for PvP that doesn't really matter too much. Because the is going to get those like really quick wins. But the problem is that's going to happen almost every single battle. He'll still win very quickly, though, more often than not, so I guess it's fine. Yeah, it's an interesting combination. Yeah, I didn't think of actually combining the two. Because it does stack. The 2 skulls that you get for every skull explosion does stack with the 2 explosions you get for every extra turn. It doesn't multi-stack in that if you do multiple at once, it'll only do 1 of each. But it does stack to the degree that if one triggers, they're both pretty much going to trigger. Or, you know, if you hit a extra turn skull, they're both going to trigger. It's just if you hit multiple extra turn skulls at once, they'll both only trigger once. But they'll still both trigger. Oh, why'd I do that? That's not a good move. We'll take the red there. The thing needs to not die. The hero keeps dying way too much, way too quickly. But we'll go throw another Mang down. Work down the line, I guess. Try getting a skull there that we can actually use. Nope. Grab nothing that will give him something. So I can't grab that over there. Just take the green down here, I guess. Something safe. That'll give us our summon as well. Let's go get rid of purple. That'll give us the skull we need. Don't need the summon aspect of it, at least not yet. That still gets the job done for that. Take a red over. Actually, do I even need another Mang? I should probably just go try getting another, what's his name? He's gonna die in a second now. Oh, there he goes. Yep, it's only a matter of time. So go grab that. Get a Goblin Rocket in there. Do we have any good Cascade for it? We can go get a skull, I guess. So we'll do that. Move, boom, take that. There's a lot of durability to kill through. But we have plenty of summons. That is for sure. Let's get rid of purple here and then take it into a skull. We get a free skull out of it too. Oh, we get a refill already. Get rid of, we'll do browns because Cascade's a little bit better. Or not. We'll just take the skull there. Grab the green. What else do we not need? I guess do purple again. And then we just have a bunch of goblin rockets to use. Grab a skull. Actually, let's take red first. Then we'll grab a skull. Goblin rocket corner, goblin rocket again, and that should be killed. And it doesn't even matter where we do it, it's gonna be enough damage. How OP is the new weapon? Well, we won't know until we actually use it, but based on what it looks like, it is the best PvP weapon in the entire game. Or at least one of the best. It's gonna be ridiculously strong. Problem is, it's currently not obtainable. And that probably won't be fixed until tomorrow or later. We don't know when it's going to be fixed, but hopefully soon. Oh, why'd I do that? I let him take a skull. You should never let him take a skull. Because you get entangled. Well, there's no way of getting it off. And this hero class does not have immune to it. And I just gave him another one. Let me take this skull so he doesn't. Actually, I could have exploded it too. I didn't have to actually take it. I think we'll go for another Mang just to clear out some more. I'm going to throw it on Hindla because Hindla. We don't get to steal the attack, but at least we still do a lot of the damage. Got to tear all the armor and still do some damage. We got double goblin rocket. Please cleanse right now would be great. There you go. Also having Goblin King right now would also be great. Can we cascade that anywheres? I don't believe there's a single location where we can guarantee get full mana, but we'll do that. And I'm actually going to get rid of reds, oddly enough, just because it's going to clear a lot of the board and basically allow us to recast. And similarly, I think we'll clear yellow for the same reason. And now we just need to go get a lot of skulls. Problem is, we'll die in a second if we don't let that happen. So we got to go take the explosion there. Get the kill. Throw a purple. Oh no, that's not a free skull. Oops, the other one doesn't move. I'll just take that. Why not? And it just dies. I assume they'd be a little bit better at getting it out sooner, but you never know. It could be 2 days again. I'm hoping it does. They do it before the event. I want to grind a lot of PvP with it. It would make the current event thing go a lot quicker. I guess we could still use Skull Spam Team and stuff, but I don't know. I really wanted to use the new weapon. Kind of looking forward to it. Very rarely do they actually add a weapon that's not horrible. Move that. Grab a skull. Take the brown. I'm actually not going to bother manging first slot because he already took too much damage. So that does mean we're going to need a whole nother skull. Aw, and we already had the kill if he didn't do that. We could have just exploded right there and he'd be dead. But plan B, take green, I guess. Start working that up and get his ability going. Hunter's Mark. Oh no, he just got rid of Hunter's Mark. It's still enough damage though because we hit it with Mang. So we'll take a red. Grab a green to skull at this point. Grab that. Go and grab a purple. Just get all that off the board so we have something to go move. We could take the corner to explode. I guess we'll go for it. Oh, I should have taken that first though. We got him for yellows. It actually could have been the second Goblin Rocket for even more board control. Now we're going to have to waste an entire turn just to grab that. And take the yellow there. See what else we can get. I guess the red's fine. And then just double Goblin Rocket. Drop that a little bit. Skull. We could try getting the last of the mana, but probably easier just trying for a skull at the top. And exactly so. And way overkill it with Hunter's Mark. And only one battle to go. And then we just have to do all the excess battles that we have from buying the weapon. Which is basically all the battles. Actually, we have 8 excess. I think 6 of those came from the weapon, or 5 of them. Okay, we'll go throw a Mang onto first slot there. And hopefully we'll at least get an extra orb off of buying tier 5. I don't know, maybe I'll even go for tier 6 just to go and speed up the leveling process. It's tempting, but it seems like a waste. Especially now that we can actually use hero classes, because normally I would just kind of have the hero class for a little while and then switch out. But now that we're done with Delves, I actually don't need to change my hero class for a while. We might need it for Tower of Doom, but there's a good chance we can actually get away with Tower of Doom without using... Ooh, that's not good. But there's a good chance we'll be able to get away with Tower of Doom without using... what's it called? Hero, using Titan. So we'll see how that goes. There is a chance that we might need it. It really just depends what the color day is. The only nice thing is that for Tower of Doom, you are allowed to use any color weapons. Even though you're restricted on a single color of troop, you can use any color weapon you want. So that might make it viable, but it really just depends on the color day. Like on a purple day, I don't think you would need it because you can just easily go on a Grim Infinite Loop and stuff like that. But similarly, the higher levels might start becoming like Delves, where you kind of have to use like a Dragon's Eye team or something. I don't know how quickly it's really going to scale up, though. I think it scales up, well, actually, I guess it depends how many battles you really get. Also, you do gain bonus stats. It's not the same kind of bonus stats that you gain from Delves, though. It's a whole different system where you use, like, these scrolls from the rooms to get them up. So if your guild is properly just moving forward the entire time, you probably wouldn't even get too many scrolls. Oops, why am I trying to take that for an extra turn? I forgot to auto extra turns. I'm still not used to that yet. That actually makes him a lot better. He's not good, but he's a lot better than what he used to be. Let's go collect this. We'll do more of this later, or tomorrow, or later tonight. But for now, I think we'll just leave it at that. Claim an orb. It's going to be blue, right? Purple. It's still a pretty good one. And there we go. Okay. So that's that. Let's go and claim over little PvP thing. And let me go try the Skull Spam team that was just mentioned. Well, not mentioned, but JZG showed it for a second. Let's get rid of this team. And switch into a Skyla, Wrath, Possessed King, Skull Spam team. I think I'm going to go with a different weapon, though. But Skyla, Possessed King. Oh, no, maybe we'll go with the same weapon. I guess we'll try it with the same weapon for now. Most people should have that weapon. It was just available like the other week. What I'm looking for. Possessed King. Wrath. Finally got him to Mythic as well the other day. I mean, actually no, the other day. We literally did it this morning. Well, I guess technically this morning was the other day because I slept in between then for like a few hours. Actually, I'm probably taking a nap as soon as the stream ends just because of how weird my sleep schedule was around then. But, we need the... whatever that one weapon's called. Not that one. Entangle. The Wrath Staff, or Withering Staff, whatever it's called. There we go. And what banner do we need? Minus red banners. What do we have as options? Minus red. +2 blue, +1 purple. Is that useful? It gives us more skulls. What really is even useful to get mana up on? I guess Wrath, technically. But this weapon isn't too bad, because technically any extra turns we ever do, or any skulls, does accumulate us mana. We'll go with that. Oh, what's the next one to max after Titan? Well, at the moment, Titan is the absolute best. But let me see. I guess having Dragon Guard max is pretty nice, because you get triple burning damage. Oh wow, that actually is pretty nice. Oh wow. Okay, that's a little bit more overpowered than I thought it was. I guess I underestimated how much skull spam actually affects skulls falling onto the board, because it does, as you mentioned, it wasn't nerfed like Doomstorm was. Interesting. Problem is we need extra turn ones to trigger it. There we go, and then you just kind of... Oh, wow! That is pretty funny. Okay, yeah, that might actually be really good. Just go through this. And what does Withering Touch actually do, or this thing? Oh, it's scatter damage, so it gets rid of barrier, basically. So you don't have to deal with that. What's your convert again? Blue to brown and... wait, what was the skull-related one? I keep forgetting because I haven't used it for so long, and yellow to skull. Interesting. Yeah, that is really quick. And most people aren't using Gorgotha high mitigation either these days. Problem is, we get boards like this. That's fine. We'll grab... actually, I probably should just go change my banner to like +2 brown or something. I don't really need that extra blue. I guess it gives us touch a little bit quicker. Which does give us entangle, if nothing else. Just to make sure that they don't kill our Wrath, because that's the main thing that's going to go down most of the time. Really easily. That is so much explosion. We're getting 4 explosion every extra turn skull. Plus we're getting 2 explosion every extra turn and 2 explosion every skull. Too bad there wasn't a good way to put empowered on this team. Actually, I guess there is. You can replace out hero with the new brown convert and put it to a +2 brown banner. Because he doesn't use green, right? No, he doesn't use green at all. Plus he needs more browns for his other convert. The only problem with that is it doesn't use hero, so we wouldn't gain HP. Oh no, he killed it. What are you doing? It's still fine, I think. We'll find out in a moment. Yeah, we'll move that over. Not getting summons. Throw that there again. How did that miss the extra turn? Oh yeah, we don't get explosions anymore off the thing. We're actually gonna die to... That's funny. We're gonna use Skull Spam Team and die to Skull Spam Team. I'm pretty sure we're about to die to Skull Spam. Let's can kill that thing out. Actually, if we can get that killed right now, that'd be great. There we go. That's match. Yeah, we should be fine now. Just a matter of applying the damage. Oh, he lost his Hunter's Mark. We could have killed it already. One skull will do it. Just need to find it. There we go. Hello, Cellophane. Welcome. Hello, J-Vills. What did you miss? You missed the fact that the weapon doesn't currently exist, a new hero weapon. Other than that, we've been messing around with Possessed King teams and doing the class event, which we just finished. And that should be match. Or not. There we go. You're using Raph, Staff, Nimue, and Skyla? Nimue. What's her 2 convert colors? Oh wait, never mind. That's the same thing, just without the Mythic. Oh, we gotta use the Mythic. Gotta use the new Mythic. Oh, yeah, that would still work, what you mentioned. Yeah, move that down. I guess technically we don't have to use the new Mythic, but might as well. It's new. I'd rather be using the other Mythic, the Mythic weapon, but we get to do things like that. Ah, that's a really quick win. A like 15-second PvP battle is not too bad. It's better than Firebomb rate these days. Firebomb normally takes 30 seconds if it's pure Firebomb on average. Though of course this team's average win rate is way longer than that. It does get some really quick ones. It's like actually getting what it needs. It's completed. I have no clue which, but we got 6 gems for it. I'll take it. Also, Skyla, you get an extra turn quicker. I keep forgetting what you actually do it on. For whatever reason, I thought you got a storm once you get a kill. But no, it's once you get an extra turn. So you really need to get that initial extra turn, because that's to get your explosion and the skull spam going. And once you get that, you just auto-win. The fact he's 1 mana short right there is awful. We had perfect alignment for him too, but we couldn't do it because he's 1 mana short. I'm not even really bothering to check his alignment. I just assume he has it. And how many skulls there are on the board. There's really no point in checking. Also, the Hunter's Mark comes in handy as well. I guess we'll take Firebomb. Firebomb's still easy. That's never not going to be... Actually, it's never not going to be easy. There goes that. Scroll down. Grab a purple, I guess, into some browns. It's not enough mana. I really should set my banner just to like +2 brown or something. He's the only one that really needs mana. Everything else on this team doesn't really need it much. The only problem is both the 2 colors he needs, he would be taken off the board. But then again, he's taken off the board anyways. He didn't go for the skull. He could have killed us right there. I'm fine with that. Still weird. I kind of want to replace that weapon. But what else would we really replace it with if we're still going to use hero? I'm trying to think of like a red board control weapon. And nothing comes to mind. Like one that's actually decent. Like there are a few red board controls, but most of them are horrible. And move that down. Get over explosion. Still not enough to get rolling though. And never mind, he's already dead. When are the spooky imps getting out of fights? At reset. They last for an entire week. Battle Crashers last for an entire week. I don't know if they're doing it literally every week, but Battle Crashers do last for a week whenever they're around, like all the other bonuses. I don't know if they're just kind of a holiday thing or what, but they do last for whatever week they apply to. We're probably getting MOAs again for Thanksgiving, and I don't know when they're going to add it again after that. Or who knows, maybe it's every week or something. We'll find out next week, because there's no holiday next week that I'm aware of, so if they do it next week, they probably do it every week. There's a possibility they only do it around holidays. What is the Tower of Doom strategy? Initially, you play exactly like whatever color Guild War Day it is, except you use possibly a weapon with hero using Titan. But more often than not, you probably wouldn't even need that. You would just initially use whatever your hero is. As far as the actual strategy for getting through it, you have to coordinate with your guild which room is the correct room for every single one. There'll be 4 battles or 5 battles, whatever it is. I think it's 4. And only one of them has to scroll to move forward. You have to coordinate with your guild and tell your guild which room is the correct one. And somewhere's in your guild, or somewhere's externally, or somewhere's you need to keep a list of what the full thing is. Either just have someone constantly re-updating it in chat or something, but keep a list of what every single room is. It's different for every single guild, so you can't just ask a different guild, you have to ask your own. So whatever mine is won't be what your guys are. It's completely different per guild, but you'd have to coordinate with your guild and see which room's the correct room and just keep going from there. You ideally want to do the correct room every single time, because literally every room costs you 1 sigil, unlike delves where it's 1 sigil for an entire delve. Though it's not like delves, you do, even though it's all delve battles, like it's the exact same battles from delves, you're allowed to change your team every single time. And if you lose anything, it's not lost forever, because you can just change your team every next battle. So you could win with only 1 troop and it has no effect on anything. You still get the full reward. And there's no penalty to that score-wise or anything either, because there's nothing in score related to that. I think the only thing that keeps score is how far you've gotten in the tower and how many dooms you've killed. How will I be coordinating? I'm just going to be spamming in guild chat a lot. And I'm pretty sure, basically the easiest way to do it is to probably have a number system where the first number is the room and the second number is the thing. So like let's say 1 2 2 3 3 2 4 1 5 4 numbers, and just keep going with that. 6 2 7 5, so on and so forth. Basically saying what tier room each one is, and just do that all the way until you reach all of them. Actually, how many would you actually be able to get in? Let's see. Let me copy paste each one of these, just so we can see how far it would go. Let's see. So let's do it by 10. It'd be easier to see it then. 8 4 9 2 10, 1. Copy that, and each one of these is 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'd be able to do that for 63 rooms if you did that format. You could record your guild 63 rooms in game, and then you could just do another text box for the rest. But yeah, you can easily record up to 63. And realistically, I don't think you're going to bother going that far anyways. But yeah, you can record up to 63 rooms with the current limit in chat. I should paste this just to see what people say. Or it just won't let me say anything in global chat. Good job, global chat. Good job, global chat. Well, apparently no one gets to see it other than everyone on stream. Anyways, a lot of Possessed Kings. Let's go back to using Possessed King. Oh, maybe not against Gorgolfa. Well, I guess it's still fine. And that should be matched already. Hey, we finally got a good battle. Almost. Slightly failed at the end. Thoughts on the new Mythic? It has a really good final trait, and that is it. That's basically the Mythic in a nutshell. Good final trait. And that's his entire purpose. Basically every team that would ever use him uses him for his final trait, which is explode 2 gems every extra turn. And that is the only time he'd ever be used. It's a complete waste to ever cast him in most situations. Unless you're like really desperately needing to cast him for whatever reason, because you have nothing else to do. But he has way too high of a mana cost for what he does, and his ability is really underwhelming, has no board control. But at least he gets 2 explosions every single extra turn. And that does stack with Wrath's 2 explosions. So you can 4 explode every extra turn skull. Oh, okay, good. It survived with 2 HP. Ever so barely. Here, we'll throw a Possessed King. And there he goes with no transform, as usual. There's quite a few Mythics that are like that, where literally their only purpose is for their final trait, and nothing else. Because Mythics do tend to get pretty good final traits. What is your alignment? You do have it, so we can go do that over there. Get over our explosions. Ideally, we'll have it again. Not for an extra turn, but I guess we still take it, because why not? Oh, that's why not. He's dead. Oh, he didn't go for it. Oh, yeah, he still did. Oops. Wouldn't that be funny if he kills with the Dragon's Eye? Nerfed Dragon's Eye. Yep, he's still gonna get the kill. He even has Possessed King in there and everything. He's going all in transform. He really wants his transform kills. Actually, Dragon's Eye defend teams actually are still pretty decent. I think I still had mine set to it earlier. But yeah, we lose to it. Rip. That will happen sometimes. Dragon Eye can just catch something out and then you lose. Actually, what team did I have? I don't think I currently have it set because I changed it to something weaker again. Apparently I set it to that. But where do I have it? I think I have it set as one of my defend teams for something. Is that still PvP defend? No, that's just one firebomb. I don't know where I put it. I should probably go remake it though. Wherever I did put it. T pure faction. Oh, I probably overrid it when I did the video for oh, I did. I overrid it when I did the faction video. Oh well, we'll worry about that later. But yeah, I definitely overrid it for the faction video. take that skull. There's Spooky Imp. And auto. Oh no, we don't have mana. I wish this had some amount of board control. Doesn't even matter what it is, just do board control. Alright, we'll do that. Oh, there goes our alignment. Oh no, we still have it. Nice. Go for that. There we go. And then we just auto win. I do really like this team, I have to say. I still want to look into replacing Hero, though. But for now, it's fine. There just might not be another option that exists that's proper enough for it. Oh, so I might need to change the banner, too. Actually, what banner did you run in the video? I didn't even double check. I assume it's all in on brown or yellow. Yep, that is exactly what you did. Mine is green with all in on yellow and brown. That makes sense. Close enough. See you, Selphane. Have a good day. Yeah, let's go try that. Because I have all my mana going to, like, the weapon and stuff. Which isn't really that needed. Raph's definitely the main thing. It is unfortunate that we get rid of most of that once he dies, but... more often than not, rushing him quicker is the better option, regardless. So we'll go for it. Might as well. We lose a lot of that value once he dies, but oh well. The Lonely Firebomb, all on his own. I think there's still a way to glitch it so you can still set a troop defend team. I don't bother doing that, but I believe it's still possible. It's not supposed to be possible. Let's move that over. Grab a brown. Grab the last little bit of his mana, if it'll bother giving it to me. Yeah, we'll take it over there. Do we have alignment? Ideally we would. Doesn't look like it though, but I might still go for it just because how much value we'll get otherwise. Nice. Gonna kill it. Get a bandit there. The backup bandit. What's pretty funny too is bandit, even though you have a 50% of creating a bandit, you also have a 50% that your bandit becomes another bandit, and so on and so forth until you have infinite bandits, which is always funny. Problem is this team loses so much value once Raph dies, especially when the banner's set like that. It's really nice prior to it dying, but we're almost better off just retreating the second it ever dies, unless it's a revenge battle. Who's the troop in first slot? Raph. He's the legend from Center Mirage. I very rarely use him because I don't care for him too much. But this is one particular team where he's actually pretty decent. The biggest issue he has is he normally dies too quickly. Which, case in point, this team, he still dies too quickly. Even though the team is really good with him. So I'll take this yellow and keep the alignment on the side. Or he'll ruin it for us. Good job. I'm gonna use this first. Do that. Throw this down. Should hopefully have alignment still. Nope. Take a skull. Still none. But I still feel tempted to go for it. There we go. And I'll just kill it out with excessive overkill. Would it work with Mang in first slot and Raph in second? No. That would defeat the first point of even using Raph in the first place. Raph's ability only works if he's in first slot. Or it only works if he's the most first slot in your team. Like, if he was in second, but your first slot was dead, it would still work. But if your first slot's still alive, it would not work. Also, apparently it doesn't work if he does 0 damage. Okay, let's go and move that over. Is there no way to half mana him? No, he's only a daemon. There's no way to half mana him. I wonder if they ever will add a 40% daemon bonus. I'm pretty sure they'd make it 40% like they did with Divines. But still, that would make quite a few daemons pretty decent. Actually relatively underwhelming. They could probably get away with doing 50% and it wouldn't even be too bad. They probably wouldn't though, just because how many Mythics have it. It's the biggest issue that Divines have, because Divines have just so many Mythics. Any info on when the class weapon will be available? No clue. I don't think we've gotten an official word yet on why the class weapon's not available, other than the fact that it just hasn't been available the last several times immediately. Yeah, I see no official posts describing what's up with it. Let me see. Actually, there's another way I could check. I believe there's a way to see just moderator posts. Dev tracker, there it is. What do they say? Dev tracker says, nope, no one is around. No one has said anything since the automated bot 9 hours ago. And Salty hasn't said anything for 10 hours, and it wasn't relevant to the weapon problem. But yeah, I don't know when they're going to get around to it. So hopefully tonight, maybe? We'll see. They probably aren't even aware of it at the moment. What time is it in Australia? Isn't it like midnight in Australia right now? It's some kind of absurd midnight time. Sometime in the middle of the night. If not specifically midnight. It's probably like 2 AM by them or something. Yeah, later tonight they'll probably be around to fix it, hopefully. Okay, that just all kills out. Oh, that reminds me, I want to check something with the channel right now. Do you guys still see whenever I'm not streaming that one video where it keeps saying that I'm streaming? I've been trying to get that issue fixed, but it's so annoying trying to coordinate with YouTube. They have such a ridiculously horrible support system. For such a big company, you would assume it'd be better, but let me see. I want to see if it actually shows the correct video while I'm actually streaming. At least. I know it doesn't when I'm not streaming. It keeps saying I'm streaming even when I'm not. Does that at least show the correct one while I am? Let's see if it would stop playing an ad. Let's see. It says I'm live. And it shows the wrong video! Really? Really? That's amazing. That's weird. I don't know what's up with that. It says I'm live, but it doesn't bring it to the stream. What did you miss? We did the class events. We'll do more later. We've been messing around with the new Mythic in various ways. And we messed slightly with the hero class. I guess technically we're still messing with the hero class to a degree. We're technically still using it, even though the team isn't directly built around it. But yeah, the only thing we haven't done is mess with the new weapon, which is currently obtainable, because it's just not obtainable for whatever reason. And no specific reason, it's just not obtainable. That's pretty much the current state of the new weapon. But yeah, that's the main thing that actually came in today. Like, out of everything that came in, is probably the most useful. But then again, Possessed King's 2 Explosion has been pretty decent. I knew it was going to be okay, but it's just actually being a lot better than I thought it would be. It's really, really good with Skull Spam, and it's really, really good with Doom Skulls. Well, I guess technically any Skull Spam variant then. You laughed out loud when the guy reported it yesterday before the weapon actually getting released, and then it actually still happened. Yeah, I didn't actually see that post. Does anyone have the link to that post specifically, where someone reported it before it even happened? That's a pretty good call. Let's see. So in theory, I guess we all could have technically have guessed that. Oh, that's not good. Scion, stop it. We're gonna have to retreat to battle if it kills us right here. Good it didn't. At least not yet, but it's about to. Yep. Not worth it. If Raph dies, we might as well just immediately retreat. The amount of time it's gonna take to win the battle just isn't worth it. Oh, did he already comment on it? My bad. I didn't check the link. He posted a couple of links, and I guess I didn't click on that one. Let me see, where's the post? There it is. There's the post, I think. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Oh no, this is the one on better rewards for like weekend-long class event. Yeah, where's the actual post on it? It should be pretty high up there. I assume people are talking about it. Let's see. I don't see it though. I see bug reports on it. I don't see the one that was posted yesterday though. Yeah, we'll go take our blue. I'll find it later though. Grab the red. Get some skulls. That does absolutely nothing. And it was basically one-shot everything. We might just kill everything in one shot before we even get the mana to do anything proper. And yep, that's exactly what happens. See if we get a good cast in, yet we just kill it with normal skulls. How am I doing today? A little tired, but other than that, pretty nice. Mythic wasn't too bad to us this morning. It was a little bad, but could have been worse. And other than that, we've just been messing around with the Mythic, messing with the new class, and hopefully it'll add the weapon soon. Like tomorrow soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let's see, move that. But yeah, new Mythic's quite a bit of fun. At least his final trait. His ability is completely useless, but at least his trait is nice. Hero class is okay. Has half mana start, so by default it's not horrible. The main thing really holding it back is, I guess it just doesn't really have much of a direction. The only thing it can really be used for is extra turn spam to do a bunch of damage to last slot, but very rarely would you specifically need that out of a hero class. But we're still going to be leveling it, because as far as hero classes go, it's still at least decent. Also, it counts as Goblin, and there is a Goblin Mythic coming out, first Mythic of New Year, January 7th? Whatever the first Sunday, whatever the first Friday of New Year is. But that day we're getting a pretty decent Devour Mythic, and there's a possibility we'll need something like Hero using Cauldron or something onto the team to make it work. So using another Goblin of the Hero class will probably be pretty good synergy for it. So I might as well preemptively get it maxed, because when that new Mythic comes out, we'll probably want to have this Hero class maxed to use with it. Yep, there's the post. Thank you, JZG, for finding it for me. That's amazing. Just wanted to get the jump on the issue before it goes live tomorrow. Good luck. Weapon for new class not appearing in inventory after tier purchase, 250 battles. That's funny. Yeah, he said that 20 hours ago. And then there's just like a bunch of discussion about it the second it went live. That's funny. That is pretty funny. Okay, do we have a drop for that? Doesn't look like it, so we'll stick a yellow for now. Grab a brown. Get another yellow, or not. Take a brown, why not? Regret that. Get that whole little arch. Oh no! What are you doing? Why? We needed that mana. Oh, we can't even explode with the thingy now because he... Wait, you don't even have Impervious either, do you? No, you don't have any good traits other than your final trait. We don't need an Envy. Let's see, I haven't seen him do that a single time yet. Wait, isn't Envy the one that has purple convert? Who's Envy? I'm trying to think of who Envy is. No. Envy's the one that does 2 damages to the 2 weakest or something, or to the 2 healthiest. Envy's useless. Wait, why does he summon Envy? That's a really weird thing for a Mythic to summon. Yeah, if Envy is what I think it is, it's that one that does damage to the 2 healthiest. And it's useless. There's not a single point you would ever... Wow, we just got double backup off the kill of the hero. Actually, we somehow lost that battle. Maybe we should go switch back into a normal team at this point. I like the premise of this team. They can win really quickly. But Wrath dies way too quickly. It's the whole reason I never use Wrath. It always annoys me how easy he goes down. He has too high of an attack and not good enough durability. And he already died. Though, in all fairness, we were up against a Yagway team. Fine, we'll go use our own Yagway team. Actually, you know what? Let's just go use Gold Farm team. I wish I could use the weapon with it, but the other weapon, we'll use Bronze Lock for now, since the key doesn't exist. This is what I was planning on using it with, just the key. Or at least this was the starting plan. We probably would have adjusted it from there, but this is still going to be the starting plan for tomorrow. This team with key instead of Bronze Lock. See how it goes. Because that right there would be, if we had this weapon, the other weapon right now, that would be 150 damage or so to the first and last enemy with automatic extra turn with 5 other effects, whatever it is on top of the weapon. That is a lot of value. And all we'd have to do is just go take the mana manually a few times, a few browns, and boom, we just do it again, and that's match. I guess the biggest issue would be getting the brown mana twice, because we have to get 7 brown mana, then we need to go get 14 brown mana. And if it doesn't have mana accumulation on the weapon, that could take a little while. But we do automatically extra turn at least after. And we do get to still start with half. It's not like Bronze Lock Pistol where it just immediately gets all of its mana back. We will have to go and manually take it from the board, which might make it take a little bit longer. Suggestions for Greed, Skeleton Key, Cedric. Haven't gotten a second Cedric. Probably an Apothecary. Apothecary has Merchant and it has Brown Spam. Put Apothecary as first slot. Cast Greed, get Apothecary to full mana, throw Apothecary to get mana up. Actually, probably what you do is cast Greed, take a brown, get to full mana on hero, cast Weapon, double kill, immediately cast Apothecary after if you have her mana, and then cast the weapon again and you won. Actually, Apothecary might even be better than using a Cedric. It depends how much durability the battle has. If one Cedric is enough to kill, the extra Merchant would still give you 12 additional damage. So yeah, Apothecary might be better. You'd have to see. It really comes down to what the other effects are on the weapon, and if it can actually get a kill or not. Yeah, it might just be better using one Cedric with Apothecary, even if you do have multiple Cedrics. But we won't find out until we actually get to try the weapon and mess around with it. So if you were constantly doing 1 trophies, you would definitely do 1 Apothecary instead, because the durability would be lower enough that you would be able to 1 Cedric them. But if you're doing like 3 trophies, you'd probably need 2 Cedrics. Oops, what am I doing? I'm still playing a team like we're using Wrath. I'm taking yellow immediately, which on this team is completely useless. I don't know why I went for that little bit of gold, but might as well. Oops, why didn't it click? Get that down. Yeah, we could use the new brew guy as well. Also, our whole team basically transformed into something else. First slot became a bandit, last slot became a Wraith, I mean. I don't know about Bonnie Rose. Bonnie Rose, the biggest issue with that is she doesn't do enough damage in late game. Though the new weapon basically is a double Bonnie Rose. With an extra turn. For only 1 mana, or 2 mana cost higher. It does only use 1 mana, but it's only 2 mana cost higher. But it's double hit instead of 1. Plus extra turn, which makes it a lot more viable. The other issue with Bonnie Rose is she auto ends her turn. Whereas the new weapon, assuming you get a kill, which is going to be like 100% of the time, it extra turns if you do. That's funny. The fact that we have Hunter's Mark is actually increasing our damage. Every skull we destroy does get multiplied by the 2 times. So if we're destroying 11 damage worth of skulls, it's going to do 22 with that Hunter's Mark. This hero class is actually speeding things up. What was your team suggestion? Let's see. Mountain Crusher, Glaceon, Yagway, Possessed King. Sure, we'll give it a shot. Oh yeah, you can synergize the brown spam off of Mountain Crusher, Explosion into extra turns. Really, you could do that with any storm, but that works pretty nicely. Come on, do your Firebomb. And it'll throw a bunch of hits into him. We'll probably get a convert here. Nope. Alright, let's go do that team real quick. Let's see, we had that one was okay. We had the skull spam version of it, that one was pretty decent, but the Raft dies too quickly sometimes. That's still pretty decent. It got like a 15-second win. Once it works good, it works really good. The problem is it just doesn't get enough mana accumulation or Raft dies too quickly sometimes. Let's go try your team. Mountain Crusher, Glaceon, Yagway, Possessed King. I'm probably not using the right hero class for it currently, but at least it starts with half mana. Ideally, we'd want a Titan, because you gain Barrier and have Brownstorm immediately, and a bunch of other stuff, but still fine without it. Get a Glaceon there, get a Yagway there, and the Possessed King. How do you spell Possessed? Possessed, there we go. Okay, Banner. Actually, the banner we have set's almost correct now. What we need is there one? Yeah, that one. That's what we need. Haven't bothered renaming any of these. I'll do it later. I don't know which ones I'll be doing for the video. I'm definitely doing the skull spam one. That was actually pretty nice with the skyline and everything. There's that. Get a Mountain Crusher. Get the Yagway in there. Also, this is pure Daemon other than Hero. Though you could technically use a Daemon Hero if you really wanted to. Is that aligned? No. Yes. No, it is. Move that. Get it again. And it's not enough to kill, is it? Yeah, it is. Not too bad. The Yagway's Reds ends up giving you the thing you need for Glaceon. Has pure Daemon other than Hero, so you get that going for it too. And of course you can just set it if you really wanted to, though probably Titan would still be best. It gets that immediate freeze. We have no cleanse for it. It's fine though, it's only brown. I don't think we have anything trading brown. Oh yes we do, Mountain Crusher technically. Because of Brown Storm. Oh, good, we got cleansed already. Only problem is our Brown Storm works for him too. Okay, no alignment. Everything looks bad. I don't want to throw an AoE here. I'd rather just take mana and do that. Maybe get a Skull Distract or something. Please give us a better board. Oh, That could work if he stops. Nope, he kind of ruined it right at the end. Right at the end. Alright, I think we're going to lose this one. Just because we've had no alignment the entire time. There we go, finally. Okay. I think we can win off of that now. And then we just Yogg waited, whatever. And of course he summons, or revives, whatever you'd call it. Here, let's transform him again. Ha! There you go. There we go, let's go and get a, we'll throw a hit in there. And then that should be aligned. Yeah, it seems to be okay. Yeah, we could replace our first slot with gold, though. We'd cover every color. We wouldn't gain hero XP, but we don't necessarily need hero XP. Yeah, I'll take a brown over, start getting that up. I feel like the biggest issue with this team is just a slow start. If we had a way to get it going immediately, it'd be nice. Too bad there's not something that immediately converts something to skulls. There's nothing in the game that has empowered to skull. That'd be really interesting if they eventually add that, though. They're starting to add it for every color. I don't see why they might not do it to skulls as well. Alright, we still have a chance. If he lets us grab that. Ah, he ruined it. Okay, it might still be possible. Nope, we didn't get off the cascade. I think that's the end of the line. Let's see, we'll grab that. Oh, nope, 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 we got it, we got it, we got it. There we go, infinite loop right at the end. Now that's what it needs to do immediately every single time, and we'd be good to go. Fire bombs. Let's go switch to gold farm. We're gonna bother doing that. Also, have we reached level 40 yet? We should be right on top of it. What level we at? 38. We're almost there. I think we'll stream until we get level 40. And then hopefully by tonight or tomorrow they'll have the weapon fixed. Because out of everything that came in today, the weapon that currently doesn't exist is by far the most useful thing that came in. But do make sure to get 250 wins before then, or like right at the edge of it, if you didn't already buy the weapon. Doesn't take too long to get 250 wins. Actually, I say that, and we're probably not even at 250 wins. But we've already bought the weapon, so we should still have it. Oh, what am I doing? I could have already won. Actually, how many wins are we at? I want to say only like 120. If we were doing explore spam or something, we could get it done in like less than an hour. Let me double check. And you do still get 400 gold for using that brown convert guy. Well, let me check the thing. It'll let me back. Why is it taking so long? Come on now. Just trying to get back to the normal menu. I still have him next to me. He's still there from yesterday. Or not from yesterday, from Wednesday. Grab our event thingy. Get our Emperorinas. Almost at the gem keys and then gems. Putting this on my head completely made me forget what I was about to go do. My mind is completely thinking of something else now. Because the thing's on my head. Was it class event related? I feel like it was. What was I gonna check? How'd you legitimately forget? Oh yeah, wins on hero class. It was hero class related. I knew it was something with it. 92 wins. We just got a ways to go. Let's go to dungeons real quick. How is the thief class? Pretty decent. Anything with half mana is going to be decent. It's hard to really gauge how really good it's going to be since I don't have all the traits. But I don't know. I'd probably say top 5, top 4, like 5th or 4th. Hard to tell completely. Haven't tried using it much for its final trait, though that's where most of his value comes in. That and the fact that he's a goblin is where a lot of his value also comes in. A Zacian goblin. Because almost every goblin is in Zacian. And there's a lot of really good goblin teams. I feel like the biggest purpose this hero class will have is the new Mythic that's coming out. The first Friday of the new year. It's going to have really good synergy with Cauldron and other attack boosting weapons into the new goblin. And that's basically going to be why you would bother using this thing. Other than that, general goblin teams it's not going to be too bad in. But just very rarely do you actually invade with goblin teams. It's more of a defend kind of thing. You won't really start invading with it or using it offensively, I don't think, until the next Mythic comes in. And even then, it's going to be more so a delve kind of thing. But in that context, I guess you wouldn't really use the 7 damage. That'd be kind of pointless.
Mana surge.
Oh no, the class is okay. Definitely not the greatest. It's no Titan, that's for sure. Though, is anything really a Titan? In comparison to Titan, like, no hero class exists. It's just Titan, pretty much. Just because of how big a disparity there is. Yeah, goblins are awesome. They're still really decent teams. You don't normally invade with them just because they're too inconsistent. But they're really good defend teams. They're also really good in early game for learning how on Earth to do board control, since they don't punish you since you automatically gain extra turn. They're also just good for board control because they do automatically have extra turns. Particularly Goblin Rocket, just insane for it. Because he actually destroys, so he gains the mana that he hits. And Goblin King also got buffed in the most recent patch. He now has extra turn automatically. Which makes the event a lot easier since you can just summon through all of the current event. The, what's it called? The class event. And this is what we've been using, by the way. Mang, double Goblin Rocket, Goblin King. And it's been working pretty decently. Haven't lost a single battle or a single troop yet. And even if we lost a troop, you could just summon it with Goblin King. Oh yeah, we have Underworld battles. Let me go check. There's 2 really easy middle battles that we need to try finding. One is the Lamia battle, and not this one. And the other is the battle with... Oh, so I think I'm going to go try Graveseer again. I'm not going to do these now. I'm just trying to scout out one of the easier 2 battles. There's 2 easy battles. The Lamia battle and the one that has the Fortress Gate. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Graveseer. And since we're doing that, let's switch over to red instead of blue. Worst comes to worst, maybe Graveseer can win out the battle. We're not doing this, though, legitimately. Just want to repick until we get a really easy middle battle. Retreat. Leave. That is the exact opposite of a very easy middle battle. That is the hardest you could possibly get. Let's try this again. Come on, 3rd delve. Please give us a decent one. That's too much damage. Shadow Blade, 2 shots. Sister hits weakest and will clean up whatever the other one touches. Shadow Hunter, 1 shots. And Shadow Dragon, I think 1 shots. But we die way before then. So, nope, none of those. Apparently we're not doing delves today. We'll eventually get an easier middle battle. Maybe I'll start trying some of the other ones too, but we'll see. It's easier just getting the really easy one and just going from there, though, than wasting our time spending like 30 minutes just to reach a dead end where we make no progress at all. But we'll get it done eventually. It's not like we have anything else to use our delves on anyways, at least until a new delve comes out. We still have like 3 weeks before another delve comes out, so it's still got a while. Anyways, let's keep going with the hero class. Keep getting this thing leveled with various weird teams. Yeah, Crypt Keeper is decent for 2 things. Even though you don't need purple, you need purple gems on the board in order to hit instant kill. The other reason you need it is sometimes there's a really bad board setup where you can't deny the convert of the enemy. And in those cases, you could just simply convert yourself and save it for that. Also, it automatically enchants an ally. Though I believe it's the stronger one, so it might just enchant itself. But it does give 1 enchant to the strongest ally. I don't know if that's ever the Mythic or, you know, the Lady Mirana, but I think it can be occasionally, especially if it gets damaged. It would be. Like if the Graveseer gets damaged, it's going to have to hit one of the Lady Miranas. Also, wow, that team is durable. Is he using normal dwarf? I wonder why it's so durable. He's using dwarf class with pure dwarves. It's like the highest durability you can get other than using pure giants with Titan. Also, we're about to lose. Our way of winning has 18 HP left. I guess we could infinitely loop. Go, loop, go. I should have aimed for the thingy before he gets the summon. Oh, why'd I hit on barrier? Also, why am I not killing a summoner? One more will do it. I just have to deal with those two. That might kill our hero. Let's hope he's not smart enough to do so. Of course. Luckily it's already dead, so it doesn't matter. Hello, Bernardo. Welcome. Alright, that reminds me. Let me go give out a redeem code. I still haven't yet. One moment. Let's see. Where do I have them saved? Right over here. Make sure to mark one of them. And we'll have another redeem code later tonight. Okay. Move that over. Mark it. Copy. Save. And put this over here. Let's see. Why is it not bringing it up? Load page. Load. It somehow froze the game code. There it is. Section. I don't know why it's lagging so much right now. There it goes. Okay, that one works. Let's use it for the other account. Boom, boom. That one works. And put it right up front. Paste it in right there. Copy the entire thingy. Get right there. And there you guys go. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com or underneath the game code section. Gives the same reward as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, and 2,500 gold. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu right over here. Whatever your game says there. Redeem code is over in chat, right over there as well as in chat. Just copy paste it. And should be in the mail. Unless that's not working either. No, it's kidding. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 2,500 gold. And there we go. And hopefully that gem key will have a mythic in it. Technically, given how many redeems there is, one person between today and tomorrow between our streams should get a mythic from those gem keys, because it should have several hundred claims, and gem key has about a 1 in 1,000 chance. So between the 4 codes, 2 today, 2 tomorrow, during each of the streams, someone should get a mythic from it. Who it will be, who knows? They might not even say that they got it, but technically one person should, statistically. Okay, I'll just bone dragon us. Why am I still using Bronze Lock? I used it for the Firebomb team, and now I'm like using it against everything. For no reason. I think it's because I really want to be using that new weapon. I'm using this instead, because it's the closest thing we have to the new weapon. It's basically the new weapon, except the inverse of it. The new weapon's going to be all damage with very, very little board. And this is all board with very little damage. But they're both the same premise in that they get absurd boost ratio off of gold. I believe that was level 39. I did say I wanted to go to level 40 before I end up the stream. And we will be doing that. Wait, is 2.4 children actually the average amount of children that people have? I'm actually an only child, so I lowered that down. I don't know how many children I would actually want to have if I ever had children. I feel like 1, 2, or 3 would be a nice number. So I guess that makes sense that 2.4 is the average. I don't think I would ever want to have more than 3 though. That'd just be too many. Alright, we'll get another pistol down. Luckily, the gold effect of that actually still lasts even after it goes away. 1.9 children. It just seems so weird seeing that in a decimal. I'm gonna have a knife of a child. Okay, can you stop transforming our entire team? We have a baby dragon, we have a wraith, we have a bandit. The only thing that's still the starting troop is our hero. What's with everyone wanting to use transform all of a sudden? Yeah, the thief class is decent. Actually, oddly enough, with the team setup that we're using right now with Bronze Lock Pistol, it's actually stronger than Titan. Because we get extra 7 damage every time we land a board extra turn, which we hit a lot of. And we're getting Hunter's Mark, which doubles the amount of destroyed skulls. So if we're destroying for like 12 damage, we're doing 24 instead, assuming they're Hunter's Marked. So like right here, we're going to be able to almost kill it just with the thing. Like right here, you'll see we'll do like 20-something damage, probably more. 46. That was just off of destroyed skulls. It would have been 23, but it got doubled because of Hunter's Mark. And then that was die to burn, and he's dead. And not thief, it's thief. I'm pretty sure I'm not mispronouncing thief. There's a lot of words I mispronounce. Thief is not one of them. Yeah, the sneak attack trait's kind of interesting in that it concentrates all the damage. It's not like a Kraken. It's better and worse than a Kraken. Kraken does 12 damage, but it gets reduced as less things are around. But the main thing that's really nice about this specific trait is it concentrates all the damage onto a single troop, so that you keep hitting it over and over again. Whereas things like Kraken and the other ones, they distribute it evenly across all the enemies, pretty much. So you don't get to get that high impact damage. So that's one of the best things it has going for it. That and the fact that it's Goblin. And it just has general things that make any hero class good, like starting with half mana. And it has Rogue Tree, which is pretty nice. It's one of the better trees. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, every single trait I'm currently using is under the Rogue Tree. I don't think I'm using a single one that isn't from Rogue. Oh, I should be, though. I forgot. We're using a missile right now. We actually do have +2 to missiles. Given that we're currently using one, I should probably switch it. Let's see. But yeah, currently we're just using straight down the Rogue Tree. But I actually should switch that because we're currently using a missile. So we're getting 2 more magic now. Doesn't make that big a difference, but hey, we're casting that like 10 times per battle. Actually, probably a few dozen sometimes. You can also get a Darkstorm Star. I don't really need that, though. I'd rather have the backup. And obviously, we don't need to centaur extra magic. That's pointless. Then we'd probably go into Stealthy, though given that this does get... does get used with Goblins, you might potentially use the 2 attack to Goblins. But Stealthy would probably be more convenient, especially with a Bronze Lock Pistol. Actually, you know what? This hero class is really good with Bronze Lock Pistol. Now that I'm looking over every single one of his traits, every single trait he has basically synergizes into Bronze Lock Pistol. Hunt does because you do extra skull damage off the destroy. Precision does because that's 2 extra magic for it. Extra gold does because you need gold to boost ratio the destroyed. This one doesn't, but at least it helps tank, I guess. So I guess it technically does help because the greed might die and then summon into a bandit. Stealthy because they won't target down your Bronze Lock Pistol. Dodge in case your greed dies so you can still survive. And then instant kill because why not? Free kill occasionally. So yeah, everything it has actually synergizes into Bronze Lock technically. So I guess it's good for something. It's good for literally this team. No, there are a few other teams for it too. Mainly goblin-oriented teams. And also loop spam teams. You can even just synergize it with Kraken and stuff like that too. And just build a Kraken thief team. It wouldn't be too bad. You can also use the rogue bonus stuff that you have off the tree if you wanted to. Because there's a lot of rogues in that kingdom of... not in Zhejiang, but in... the place that Kraken resides. What's it called? Blackhawk. You can end up doing it there. And that dies off a random skull. That gets bandit, of course. Why wouldn't it? Actually, we got pretty lucky with not getting bandits there. Hey, speaking about bandits, we can get one too. And bandit transforms the bandits. The bandits, they're multiplying. I do have to say, that's probably one of the most annoying traits in the entire game still. There's a lot of really annoying traits, but that's pretty high up there. The 50% chance to summon a bandit thing. You could, in theory, get infinite tanks for like an hour straight if you got lucky enough. Though that would be really unlikely, but for like a few minutes straight, especially if you're up against Skull Spam or something, you just keep getting more and more and more and more bandits. You could theoretically get like 20 in a row. Probably even more if you got super lucky. Using Bronze Lock Pistol just makes me want to use the new weapon. Let me see if it's fixed yet. Check the forum. Probably not. They're still sleeping. Actually, why am I even bothering to check? They're almost guaranteed still sleeping. They're not fixing it till tonight at the absolute earliest. And probably tomorrow morning at the realistic absolute earliest. Yeah, still no mention anywhere on the forum by any official dev. Unfortunate. Oops, what did I do? I just collapsed chat. Chat, where'd you go? There you are. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. Otherwise, last thing I'm really doing is getting level 40 on this hero class. And then tonight we'll probably just mess around with, ideally the new weapon, but it's probably not going to be out by then. So we'll probably just mess around with maybe some some invasions and I guess going further into the class event just so that we secure a leaderboard. How far are we? We still need... How many PvP wins is that? Though we could just explore, quickly win if we wanted to. I guess we'll do it with normal PvP. We'll do some of the easier PvP though. You think they are working at 4 AM on a Saturday morning? Yeah, I know, that's definitely not happening. I keep forgetting Australia time is weird.
Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge.
What's with the new weapon? They forgot to add it. That's what's up with the new weapon. It doesn't exist. It's a ghost weapon. But yeah, it's the third hero weapon in a row that they forgot to add on the day that it was released. Well, it was technically released, but it wasn't added to the game. So even though you can obtain it, it doesn't actually show up because it doesn't exist. I still believe it rolls over, so even if you obtained it by buying gems or something, or 250 wins and claimed it already, you will have it once they add it, but you can't use it until they add it. Also, why am I up against this team? Out of everything to use Bronze Lock Pistol against, this is not one of them. There are a lot of things we can get away with Bronze Lock Pistol on. Divinia is not one of them. This gains too much HP. Oh, I might still be able to get it. Oh no, we didn't get Bandit. What are you doing? Come on, you're supposed to go get a whole wall of Bandits so we don't die. It's gonna gain way too much HP for us to outpace him. But we're still gonna try. Wow, if we get lucky enough, we might actually make it. Problem is that Fairy Fire. Oh, if it would have won with that 4 HP, that would have been so sad. It might still win with that 4 HP. Yep, it's gonna win with that 4 HP. Or, well, actually that one's died, but this thing's probably still gonna get the win. Let's see. Actually, you know what? We could tank with this. We get 2 bomb bots. And it should be the win. Wow, that was a weird battle. Still got the win, though. Hey, I still play off stream. Not as much as of recently, but I still play off stream. Though I will be taking a nap as soon as I finish this stream. It's because my sleep schedule was a bit off. Because of when I recorded the video this morning. There we go, we get the hit there. And it'll kill itself out. If it'll decide to do so. There we go. Your thief just died to a level 20 delve to a dark troll. Oh yeah, that can happen. It has Death Mark. Or Death Touch. That's one of the reasons you use Titan. Has Death Mark immune. Like anything that you ever think you would need, Titan probably does it. They basically just created a hero class that is used for everything. And now every other hero class is... They might be focused on one specific thing very well, but they don't even compare to what Titan can do ever. I really wish they would add more Titans though. It'd be really cool if we had multiple options that were like that. There are still some that are used though, like Dragon Guard for when you want triple fire damage and using it with things like dragons. You still use mech occasionally with full mech teams. You still use this with goblin teams, as well as I guess Bronze Lock Pistols actually pretty good with it. Let's see, what other classes do still kind of get used? I guess Frost Mage technically still gets used occasionally, just because you can use Freeze on any Guild War Defend if you so choose. Death Knight can still be used for its really quick magic gain off of Sacrifice. And what else is still not horrible? I guess Assassin's still technically the best skull spam hero class as well, even better than Titan. The only really big downside with that is it's only good for that purpose and nothing else. You can't use it as a caster at all, whereas Titan can be used as skull spam, or as single skull, or as casting, or as a tank, or as literally any role. There's no role that it can't do. You mentioned, actually, it's basically what Archer used to be prior to perks. Archer used to be the hero class where it just works for everything, and it still is. It still has the 50% mana star, it still has that skull ability, but its perks were just awful. Every perk it has is like near useless other than Cunning Tree. And the only real good synergy that Archer actually has is it's the only hero class with a 25% summon thing into a 50% rogue, which allows it to be the best synergy for Black Beast in the entire game. But that's like the only thing it's used for is Black Beast teams. It's like the only real role Archer has these days. Also, did we just use the same team against each other? I feel like we just did. What's annoying is this thing is stealthy, so I can't actually target it until we kill everything else out. You mentioned in an earlier video that you would be burning through glory. Is something changing that will need glory? No, nothing will be changing, but kingdoms will be reaching higher star levels. And as they reach higher star levels, we're going to need to be maxing out every new troop that comes into the game. So if you noticed, we already maxed out the everything that came in yesterday. And lately, I've just been maxing everything that starts coming into the game. And the main way that we will do that is glory. Well, at least I'll get the glory troop done each week. But yeah, if we go check the 2 new troops, we've been maxing them. Every single new one. Every single new one that's like 9 stars or near 9 stars, I tend to max out. If it's 8 or below, or like 7 or below, I probably wouldn't, because there's definitely going to be another event before it does. But if it's 9 star or so, I have been, just in case. And once they reach over 9 stars, you would do it literally every time as well. Once they reach 10 star plus. What am I looking for? I'm looking for whatever the event was this week. I think it was KZL, right? Yeah. So we ended up maxing immediately, what's his name, with glory, which cost us not too much. The epics are actually cheapest. It's really expensive when it's a common or a rare. Epics only costs like 6,000 glory. But the commons and stuff, I think common costs like 20,000 glory or something to max it. Some kind of ridiculous amount. But yeah, as you can see, we maxed him. We maxed out the guy by using an orb on him. We bought him up to legend, and then we used a orb of ascension just so we didn't have to waste another like 400 or 500 gems. And we did that way. And every new troop that comes in that are on like 9 star plus kingdoms, I tend to immediately max, just because you'll need it for 10 star. Actually, technically you need it for 11 star. I don't think 10 star needs it as badly. I think you need 18 mythics, but you need 20 mythics for 11 star, which is why I do it. How do you get board clear with pistol? It's boost ratio based on gold. We have 2 Cedric Sparkle Stacks, which is giving us 100% extra gold, which allows our cap to be 300 instead of 100. And we use Greed, which immediately starts with Empowered, which gives a bunch of gold based on his life. So you just throw down Greed, you take full mana pistol, and then you just start spamming pistol. And now we have 201 gold to 200. That is math. 50. 40, or 200 divided by 4 is 50. And that means we get 55 gem destroys. Actually, I believe it's 56, because I believe the weapon itself has 1 extra one as well. Yeah, destroy a random gem. So we're getting 56 gem destroy from this weapon, which is almost the whole board. And once we get enough gold, it will literally be the whole board. So if we go cast Greed right now, it should clear the entire board. And entire board. But yeah, that's where it's all coming from. I probably should keep going on his summon. But oh, we already started on him, might as well go all the way. Also, you get Cedric Sparkle's sack out of Vault Keys. It's the only location where he's obtainable. I believe a Vault event's coming in a few weeks as well. Sometime in November. I forget the exact date. And I'll be opening my my Vault Keys then to try to get a Glory Gnome as well during that time. Yes, towers are immune to transform. The Dooms on Tower of Doom are also immune to transform. There's only one of them in a few battles, but they will be completely immune to transform. Transform, insta-kill, all that. It has the same immunities as towers and the Mythic. I mean, the Zugoff, whatever his name is. Yeah, Zugoff. Yeah, it's kind of weird that the player Zugoff doesn't get it. I don't understand that. I wish they would update it. It's probably because so few people have it, but once a lot of people start getting it, I'm pretty sure they might eventually add it. Because Zugoff is really underwhelming. And the least they could do is at least give it that immunity. And it's not like other things don't have it. Every single Doom has immune to instant kill. There are 6 troops now that have immune to instant kill that the player can own. They're all Dooms, though. And the first one will be released on Monday. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh no! The next Vault event is when I'm going to be busy the entire weekend. I'm actually going to see a friend on the 9th. Actually, I probably won't even be streaming on the 9th, 10th, or 11th. So I'll give you guys more time to go grind. But yeah, I actually won't be streaming next week. I probably should have mentioned that more towards the beginning of the stream. But I'll still be streaming. But Thursday will be my last stream. And we're probably going to do a long stream, I believe, on Tuesday morning to make up for the fact that we're not streaming the other time. And obviously on that morning, we'll be mainly focusing on Tower of Doom like crazy. We'll probably do a several-hour stream of that to make up for the fact we're not doing one on Friday or Saturday. But yeah, we won't be doing anything on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'll probably still be able to record a video or two, but I won't have a good enough connection to stream. Let's see, what else is happening next Friday? I think that's the only thing. Just the Vault event. Why does it feel like there's something else, too? I'm gonna double check the spoiler thread. Where is it? What do we have next Friday? This is not what I want. That's the image of the troop. Let's see, next Friday, other than Vault event, what do we have? What do we have? Oh, I could do a Vault key opening video. I don't think I've ever done one, have I? I think I did one for 10. Oh, we could do another one. Glory Gnome was added. Let's see, not like it's useful for anything. Let's see, next Friday is... Yeah, next weekend's only Vault event. That's weird. There's nothing else going on next Friday other than Vault. Well, I guess technically Tower of Doom will still be going on. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your question. What was it? Could you take a look at your question? What was your question? Let's see. What was your question? I see you saying what was your question several times. What are the Delve team you were going to make with Vinoxia and Lady Arnariel? I wasn't? I don't think I was ever going to make a Delve team with that. That'd be pretty underwhelming. I think I mentioned during that, I was joking because Vinoxia is the weakest legend, or one of the weaker ones in the game. But no, I wasn't saying anything with that. You can technically get away with Vinoxia, Lady Arnariel, something, and Queen Mab, like a Valkyrie or something. I don't even know if there's any faction you could run that in, nor would it really be particularly good. It'd be pretty underwhelming. It's okay for PvP, but I think I was mentioning maybe a Vinoxia team. Like, that's one of the better Vinoxia teams you can use, but generally you don't bother using Vinoxia for anything. It's one of the weaker legends in the game. Haha, Zugov is the biggest resource waste than Xenos, or since Xenos. Actually, technically it's bigger than Xenos, as far as how big of a waste it is. Xenos isn't even that bad. Well, it's bad in that it's a horrible troop, but as far as like a resource sink, it's not much worse than any other Mythic. It's slightly worse, but not by much. But Zugov's insane. The average cost of him is like 30,000, probably even more. It's like 30 to 50,000 gems to obtain a Zugov. And even then, it's not guaranteed. Well, it's not guaranteeing the fact that the amount of gems that a power orb costs can vary anywhere from like 2,000 to 5 to 6,000 on a given week. Probably more towards 5,000. Yeah, like 2 to 5,000 per week. And you need 8 of them. You can, of course, use other orbs too, which would technically make it cheaper, but it would take way longer. Which is why we don't have it, because that's the method we're using. And it takes a lot longer. Yeah, Xenos is really useless. The only thing it's used for is there's currently an achievement on every platform except, I think mobile versions? I'm not even sure. But, there's an achievement where you actually have to go craft Xenos. And that's the only reason anyone ever bothers to craft Xenos, is literally because there's an achievement for it. And for full completionist purposes, you would need to. Actually, technically, for full completionist purposes, you would need to obtain everything, but from a all achievements perspective, you would definitely need to on that one. Oh, I hate that glitch. I can't believe they still haven't fixed that. I know that's kind of hard to actually fix, but They need to. It's been around for, like, since the game began, and it still hasn't been fixed. But anyways, I did say that we'd go up until we gained the level, and oddly enough, that's exactly at the 3-hour mark, so that's pretty convenient. But there we go, level 40. That now unlocks the next trait that we'll be able to use. Nothing too special, but it does give us stealthy, so our hero can't be targeted. Alternatively, we can use it for 2 attack to all goblins, and this hero class does indeed count as a goblin. Though more often than not, I feel like the stealthy would be more useful. And yeah, skeleton key. We do technically own this weapon, it just hasn't given it to us yet. Hopefully that'll be fixed tomorrow, and we'll have ourselves a nice shiny skeleton key to use. And if nothing else, we'll try getting close to 250 wins, so that when it pushes over to tomorrow, we just get 250 wins in case it didn't give us our weapon. And we'll go from there. But anyways, guys, we'll be back tonight. I'm just going to be doing invasions and stuff and messing around with the new Mythic again and all that good stuff. I'll have another code. But yeah, does anyone else have any last-minute questions before I head off? Other than that, yeah, have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful day. Make sure not to buy these useless packs because they're overpriced. If you're going to spend that much money on something, you'd be better off doing the guarantee Mythic things, like the like either the ingot one, or probably not even the ingot one, probably the this one if you haven't yet, the one that gives a bunch of gems and stuff, and the other one that gives a bunch of trait stones could be pretty decent. No, I guess maybe the ingot one, I don't know. But definitely don't really bother with these upgrades. These are pretty bad. The amount of souls is basically 1 big green orb, which you can get for free every single week from raids and evasions. And the trait stones is basically just 2 orange orbs, or 1 larger orange orb, which definitely isn't worth 35. That's for sure. There are maybe some instances where you get a new troop where you might want to do it, like when you get an ascension onto a legend, maybe, because I think that only costs $15. I'm not sure. Like that would maybe be worth it, but everything else is pretty overpriced for it. But anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful weekend, and goodbye, everyone. And best of luck if you're going to be opening keys or anything for the new Mythic. And hopefully it'll fix the weapon soon. Goodbye, everyone. Yep. Come on, stream. There it goes.